This is a movie.
Keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies.
Listen to the Matt and Mark Movie Show.
Welcome back to the Matt and Mark Movie Show. I'm trying to get better about doing intros at the top. That's what the real podcasts do. And goddamn it, we're a real podcast too. We're a movie podcast. Basically, when you do an intro to a podcast, you have to talk to the audience like they've been hit in the head with a hammer. Like they don't fucking tune in and they don't know. Hey,
like
everybody that's been... Yeah, like they don't know why they're here. They just somehow wandered into putting headphones in their ears and finding this podcast. If you found us, we're the Matt and Mark Movie Show. We're a movie podcast. This week, we're reviewing Alien Romulus. I like to say it like that. I like to give it a little music in there. Romulus. And we're here with a special guest. Mark is here. He's special. He's not a special guest, but he's a special guest. Mark is here.
Special.
He's just special. But we are here with a special guest. Our buddy, Tommy Nuggets, returning to go into deep space with us to cover Alien Romulus. Tommy, welcome back, buddy.
Wow, thank you. Let's blast off, bros, because as soon as I even saw this movie coming out in theaters this year, I was like, gotta talk to Matt and Mark about this, whether it was on the show or through text or whatever. I knew that we'd all be seeing it and have thoughts. So thank you for having me on.
Fuck yes, man.
Man, it's good to see you again.
Yeah,
well, you too. I
wanted to have you guys back together on the same show because we covered Maxine, and Mark had to miss out on that one with his Irish adventures. Mark was out gallivanting in Ireland.
I missed the trilogy.
And I think Mark, did you miss the Imaginary episode that we did?
He did miss that one too. Yeah.
I did miss that one too. Yeah,
that movie sucked. So it was like probably better for you to not be there.
Well, it wasn't like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. We skipped that one.
Don't forget that one.
Dude, I think, Mark, the last time all three of us were on together was last December, the Snowbound Cinema.
Whoa, has it been that long?
Well, that's crazy.
I think so. I have a bad memory, though. I do consume a lot of marijuana, so don't quote me on that, but I think that's it.
That sounds
good to
right.
see you.
Sounds about
I do remember you though, man. So thanks, man.
Well, let me hit this really quick for the people at home. You guys know how we do on the show. We're obviously going to be spoiling Alien Romulus. We're not getting there just yet, but I want to warn you, especially the tender people in our audience. We don't want to offend anyone. Yes, we're going to be spoiling the movie. You don't want to hear the spoilers. Get the fuck out. That's all I got to say. Let's do some housekeeping. In honor of Tommy being here, I have, let's see, Asbot, what do you got in the way of a good bite for housekeeping?
69 dudes.
Oh, okay, that was fun. 69 dudes. Hey, Mark and I talked about this offline, but I'm going to reveal it here. Spoopy season on this show will be rebranded. I think I also talked to you about this too, Tommy, the last time you were here for Maxine. So here's the long and short of it. We're still doing all of the Spoopy episodes. That's not going away. But we're changing the name because I was finding that too many of you have reached out to me and said, hey, either you're not listening to certain episodes because you think spoopy means we're making fun or mocking these movies, these horror movies that are kind of like big gems in the culture, or that they're cutesy. Spoopy online, it's online vernacular for like if something's spooky and cute. We are definitely not cute. We named those spoopy episodes to make fun and just kind of hook onto that meme because it was a funny word. So we're doing away with that, but we're having the same kind of content. So I'm announcing it here right now. The new name of the spoopy season on this show, it will be rebranded to be the Matt and Mark Horror Show. that's what we're rolling out with. I think it sounds pretty rad.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And it's just us doing the same old good stuff, man, covering good horror. We might start a little earlier in September like we do, because we don't want to fucking wait till October. Because then we only get like
That's too
4.
long.
Yeah, we only get like 4 episodes. And it's like, although that one season we started like 3 months early and everybody was pissed.
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't know, it's fun
fucking
for
early.
us.
You're like, happy
Yeah.
Easter. Let's watch Texas Chainsaw 2 right now.
I tried to fake people out and be like, well, it's not technically spoopy, but we were covering nothing but horror. Yeah. So there you have it. The Matt and Mark Horror Show coming this year. Goodbye, spooky season. You've done well.
I think it's good.
It was nice knowing you.
It's a mature, classy name. And spooky
It's classy.
could be misconstrued as
And that's exactly
child-oriented.
it, dude. That's exactly it. So, and also, too, it reminds me of Alex from Clockwork Orange when he says horror show. So that makes me kind of excited.
Nice.
Spot 2, I want to just quickly shout out some of our friends. I've done guest spots on a couple shows recently. I want to thank our friends over at Film vs. Film and our friends over at Genre Geeks. I've been on both of those shows recently, so I just want to shout those guys out and say thank you. If you want to hear me, go over there. And lastly, we have a YouTube channel. Go like and subscribe and all that cringy YouTube crap over on YouTube. Trying to put all the episodes up on YouTube. Mark, what do you say? Ring the bell?
Oh, yeah, it's like, ring that bell and smash that like button.
Smash it. Smash and Mark does that
Like
bit
and
really well.
subscribe for more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Connect with us there on YouTube. We have a voicemail. The voicemail is 707-948-6707. You can call in, leave us a message. We will play it on the show. We have one message this week, and it's going to be played during Get Wrecked. So
Nice.
listen for that. And lastly, on the socials, at the Matt and Mark Movie Show on Instagram. That's really the only social we got left. That's it. So
It's the best one for movies, though. I mean, anything else, Twitter is a fucking swamp hole right now.
Twitter
And
sucks, man.
Oh, that stinks. It's just
Facebook
like
is
crappy ads and bots.
Yeah. And
Facebook is
TikTok
just a
kinda-
marketplace to buy human trafficking victims.
Yeah.
If you want, you can
or
get-
see how many times your grandma's gotten hacked in the last
Yeah.
few months.
You'd be like, what
She
do I
said
want to
you
buy
18.
tonight? Do I want a collection of McDonald's changeables? Or do I want to buy a family of 6 who don't know they're living in a trailer?
You're like, I'm already friends with grandma. Why is she sending me a new friend request?
Yeah. Why does grandma
Oh, yeah.
look like
I'm on
Putin?
It's
Facebook.
like different photos of her, too.
I don't remember her looking like that.
I hope the AI generate pictures of grandma. Speaking of AI generation, there's no AI in this movie, but there is kind of a deep fake. And we'll get there. Alien Romulus, directed by Fede Alvarez. And as people who listen to this show know, we love Fede. We love Fede. He's actually one of, like, Mark, I don't know if you would say this, but like, he's probably on our wall of heroes simply because he gave us Sony, man. He gave us Don't Breathe, right? The blind guy who sticks the turkey facers to people.
Yeah.
We call him Sony Man on this show. Sony Man will return. The OGs know Sony Man will return. So because Fede Alvarez gave us Sony Man, we hold him in high regard. But we also do. I love his Evil Dead.
Yeah, his Evil Dead
remake.
is great.
Yes.
Yeah, Tommy, what do you
That
think
is
of Fede
fantastic.
Alvarez? Are you a fan?
I am a fan, and I love how brutal all of his stuff is. I'm actually a big fan of Don't Breathe as well. I love Detroit horror movies. I'm from Michigan, so there's a lot of good underrated horror that takes place in Detroit, and that's like Don't Breathe is right up there at the top of that list with like It Follows.
Oh, that's another good one.
Barbarian.
Yeah, I love that.
Barbarian's good Detroit
yeah.
one.
So yeah, I love Fede, and also The Evil Dead wasn't my favorite when I was younger. I was definitely a slasher guy, so Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare. And as I've gotten older, I've definitely come to appreciate my favorite of the original Raimi trilogy is Evil Dead. I know, Matt, you love Army of Darkness. That's
I'm an
probably
Army of
your
Darkness guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my shit. That's my shit.
and I like that movie, but it's like, because I didn't get into it probably well until my 30s, it's just fun and silly for me, but it's not.
Is it too campy for you?
It's weird because I guess it is, but like I love other campy fucking movies too. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with that. I think it's just I'm so much more used to the slasher or zombie or fucking vampire movie, the shit I grew up with, that some of the Evil Dead stuff and Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi. I didn't appreciate it when I was younger. So now it's just kind of like a silly, I got to be in a mood to watch it. So that
But
being said,
did you like the 2013 Fede Alvarez remake?
yeah, and I was just going to say, I think his, well, probably superior in terms of how well it's made and shot and the sound and the atmosphere. I do probably think I like that better than the original 3 Raimi movies as well.
Whoa.
Only because, like I said, I
That
think
hangs up on you.
I know.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be sly and eat Tums right now. Sorry. Listen,
That was one what you were eating.
It would
not
have been
eating
fly
candies.
if you didn't tell us, by the way.
I'm eating
I didn't know
Tums.
that's what you were doing. No,
Here's what happened. When I'm in the green room waiting for people to come in, I eat snacks. And I don't eat the healthiest snacks. And since I'm 40, I have heartburn.
Yeah, I get it.
We can tell by the t-shirt.
Yeah, if you already Pizza the Hut before the show,
I did.
then the heartburn's gonna
I did have Pizza the Hut. I'm sorry,
bro.
Tommy's like giving this really nice treatment about Raimi, and I was trying to so discreetly eat a pink Tum.
eating Necca wafers. I wouldn't have even known you were fucking eating anything.
I
Honestly.
thought Mark had busted me. That's why I was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta acknowledge this," because Mark was like,
There's a hand going.
"Oh yeah, he fucking busted me. He knew, dude.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
knew." By the way, Tums smoothie flavor, superior Tums.
It's
They're
the way you have
best.
to go. It's funny
Don't,
because
don't go for assorted fruit. Don't
if
go
my
for
wife
mint.
ever gets the off-brand or accidentally gets like the non-smoothie ones, I'm like, what the fuck is this
Yes.
gravel in my mouth?
Oh,
And,
dude, if you get the assorted fruit one, you just put them in the toilet and flush them, dude. Because I don't even want the relief at that point. I prefer the indigestion and pain.
yeah. Well, and the smoothie ones are nice because if you don't like chewing them, you just put those bitches in your cheek.
Oh
and
yeah,
let them melt.
it's nice. It's nice,
then
dude.
just
It's a little
down the
strawberry banana smoothie every time.
There you go.
Feels
There you
real
go.
good.
You're making me wish I had heartburn right now. I did just eat.
Just eat
I
at
did
Pizza
just eat
Hut,
dinner.
then you will have the heartburn.
Oh shit. Well, I don't remember what I was saying, but yes, I do like this.
Yeah. And Mark,
Fede
you
Evil
recently
Dead.
got into didn't you recently just watch the Fede Alvarez Evil Dead like for the first time
Yeah,
ever?
I think I did it to prep for the latest one, and I kind of avoided it because I'm like you. I'm a big Army of Darkness fan. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's a travesty to remake these movies. But he did a fantastic job, and at least he did something different. It wasn't like the same old, same old. So
Yeah.
I appreciate, and I agree with
Yeah, it
Tommy.
wasn't-
Visually, it does look stunning.
Are you and now Mark, people know you're a resident Ridley Scott Alien guy. If there's anybody that loves Alien, it's you. So I have to ask, going into this Alien Romulus, Mark, were you excited about Fede Alvarez or not excited?
Oh yeah, because like you said, he's one of our hero directors, and then finally he's taking over the Alien franchise, which is pretty awesome. Then all the news started coming in where they were using mostly physical effects. The trailers looked awesome, so I was hooked. I really wanted to see it. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, Tommy,
was
were
so
you
opening day.
excited? Yeah.
Yeah, I was stoked. So I was one of the folks out there that I loved the last 2 Ridley Scott entries, the prequels. And I honestly for this franchise, and I'm not gonna give away specifics about my opinion yet on Romulus until you want it. But basically, the only bad movie in the entire Alien verse is Alien vs. Predator 2 to me. So I love Prometheus and I like Covenant. And so when I heard Alvarez was doing this, I knew it was going to be legit because I think him, like Mike Flanagan, there's people right now that are the best of the new school horror directors. And, some people would put Ari Aster up in that list, but basically he's trustworthy. Fede is. And so I knew it was in good hands, but of course I wouldn't have been mad if it was another Ridley Scott movie because I think Ridley Scott's 3 movies that he's directed in the franchise are all fucking amazing still. So I was happy though that it
Did
was Fede Alvarez and not like David Gordon Green or some bullshit like that.
Yeah,
So,
please keep. In
Did you
fact,
guys
can
like the
David
fourth
Gordon
one?
Green just go to the DMV and get a job there? Don't
yeah.
direct any more movies, David Gordon Green. Sorry, Mark. Go
Mark,
ahead.
I did like Resurrection. A lot of people, I honestly, literally, I like everyone but Alien vs Predator Requiem. That movie sucks
Oh,
ass.
that one's a real poop shoot.
It's terrible. But I like the first Alien vs Predator. I think it's super fun. And it adds to the
Enemy
lore.
of my enemy is my
Is my
friend.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So I'll say this quickly since we're going around giving our alien credentials. Mark knows this. I did not care for Prometheus. I also did not care for Alien Covenant. I think those movies I don't like. I feel like those movies reach very far. And if you're into that and you want philosophy more out of your sci-fi and sort of the meaning of life and answering these big questions, then those movies are for you and that's cool.
Yeah.
But that is not what I want. It felt like in the newer, to me, the newer Ridley Scott joints that he was like deliberately either forced to shoehorn in xenomorphs, and that's why he made them look so different and weird. He was more concerned with telling the David story and the Wayland story than he was about making an alien. And I respect that. You know what?
Right.
He knows what he's doing, and I credit the man because he wants to take big creative swings. And he's like, I'm not fucking interested in doing shit I've already done. So kudos to him. But guess
Right.
what, brother? I paid for an alien movie, and that's what I want.
Yeah. See,
So
and I think
that's
there's
what
no
I wanted
fault.
out of this. I was like, I want Alien, especially too, dude. I saw the original Alien a few months ago in theaters for the 45th anniversary. And I
Nice.
was like,
That's awesome.
I was so awestruck by how amazing that experience was. I was like, I want this. I don't want philosophy. I want this.
Yeah.
So,
I
that's what
definitely
I
hear
want.
that. And I couldn't find any fault in that argument. I know a lot of people carry that. They hate the religious stuff. I think I definitely agree with the aspect that Ridley Scott can kind of do whatever. He doesn't
Yeah.
have to like technically give us what we want because he's just given so much shit. Gladiator, fucking Thelma and Louise, Blade Runner. Like he's the guy has made more seminal movies than almost any other living current director right now.
Which is kind of why I'm surprised he's making Gladiator 2, because it feels like a thing that he's really going back to the well on when he didn't do that specifically in his Alien movies. I'm like, hey, what the fuck is that about?
Yeah, it feels like when James Caan made Elf or something. It's like I need something to leave for my grandkids.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly right. Yes,
Um,
exactly
but
right.
Again, I don't think everything he does is fucking amazing. I mean, I don't think Covenant's amazing. Prometheus, I know, well, it's a little bit overreaching in some of its philosophical aspects. I think it's honestly, you're gonna want to kick me off the call. I think Prometheus is like top two best looking films in the whole franchise. I think it's gorgeous.
Oh, I can agree with that for
Wow.
sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Prometheus is beautiful to me. Every time I watch it, I'm fucking blown away by the cinematography, the environments. It's not as claustrophobic as most alien movies, obviously, because they're dealing with this new planet and they're out in this open space. But I just think Prometheus looks gorgeous. Now Covenant, yeah, it feels a little forced.
Yeah.
They go from neomorph to xenomorph just to kind of shoehorn it in to call it an alien movie. I do think there was supposed to be a third Ridley Scott prequel, which maybe would have helped tie Prometheus and Covenant together better, but we didn't get it. Whatever. So
Yeah, and it kind of felt like maybe some of those unused ideas found their way here.
I think so.
Specifically with the black goo. There's black goo from Prometheus
yeah.
in this movie. And there's some other
They even
things
show the
too.
urn.
And I
Yes,
think
yes.
it's even called the Prometheus strain. That's what
Yes.
Rook calls it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we've cock teased the audience enough.
Yeah,
Let's
give it a
let's
little-
open with this. Let's open with this. Let's jab them with the Prometheus goo. Tommy, you're our special guest this week. Let's open with you. What'd you think of Alien Romulus, man? Rip the Band-Aid off.
So I honestly loved it. I thought it was super fun. I think to credit what you were saying earlier, Matt, for fans of the Alien movies and especially the OG first two movies, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted Prometheus and Covenant to be. And so the fact that we're in these tight, dark, claustrophobic spaces, I think that the physical effects that were used were amazing. The only fault that I could find in this for what I expected going in was some of the CGI was a little wanting, but I think the fact that they made this and all the promotion they did for this for 80 million is pretty cheap in today's day and
Oh,
age.
yeah.
$80 million. And to me, as soon as I read that that was the budget, I was like, oh, that explains the CGI issues. It's not lack of talent or effort. It's $80 million movie, and you're not going to get fucking $160 million effects with that budget. So other than that, I thought it was super fun. I thought it had heart. I thought that the score was great. I thought, when there weren't a couple tiny scenes of CGI that had me scratching my head, I thought it looked gorgeous. And I thought it was a super fun movie. It was probably top half of the franchise. I have a specific spot I'd put it, but I don't know if you want to get
Let's
into
save
yet.
that for the end. We'll save our rankings for the end. All right, Mark, what do you got, man? Romulus.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. It lived up to the trailer for sure, and especially when they were talking about physical effects, like when they're on the planet, it looks fantastic. Certain things like threw me off a bit. Am I allowed to talk about the end?
Dude, go for it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
man.
the last creature at the end to me looked really silly.
Yeah, the
Rook
hybrid.
looked really dumb, and I thought those were like they could have easily avoided those two mistakes because they could have just made that another character. They didn't have to go back to, Ian Holm.
Ash.
And I thought that was a huge mistake because sometimes it looked good from the teeth in the mouth look totally botched.
And I
Yeah.
And
found it
sometimes it
funny.
looks like the face squeezed and he had these like gigantic ears.
I like
Yeah.
how
So
they
depending on
how
the
they
camera angle,
introduced
it looked
him.
odd.
Yeah, like sometimes they would shoot him before they went head on, like he was kind of off to the side or from behind, but you could tell it was Ian Holm, which was crazy.
I was hoping I thought it would have been better if they just kept it obscure and he's
Agreed.
in the darkness almost as a silhouette.
Yeah.
But then it kind of like, part of my brain was like, well, it does tie into the first Alien because when he goes to that animatronic form, he looks kind of wonky too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's sort of like,
let me-
you know what the weird thing is? It felt like they tried to copy the wonky animatronic version of Ian Holm rather than the real Ian
Rather than
Holm,
make
'cause
their own wonky animatronic, they were like, just
didn't it
copy it in the computer.
Yeah, but didn't it feel like it's sort of like, how could they not know that looked bad?
Yeah.
You know?
I
Yeah.
saw someone online saying something about they should have used Michael Fassbender and almost maybe done a David type.
I think that would have
replicant
tied
there.
in a lot better because
I
he
think
is
so.
playing with the urn, so it would have made more sense.
Yeah.
You know?
And let me ask you guys this: when you saw Ian Holm, this android, like melted into the floor, obviously you knew right away as franchise fans, like acid blood played a role here. But did you, for like a brief, quick second, no matter how many times you've seen Alien, did you ask yourself like, wait, what the fuck happened to Ash at the end of the first one? That's not him, is it? Like for a second, did you think that, or were you just
No,
like,
only
oh, this
because
is a
I
new
had
replicant?
just seen the old one in theaters. So I
Okay.
remembered very clearly that he was like all busted up, and I was like, oh, it's definitely not him. And I thought it was kind of interesting. I was like, I get it. It's like an assembly line, kind of like, for some reason I thought of Alien versus Predator because it was like, oh, it's the human guy they based Bishop off of, so it's Lance Henriksen. I was like, oh, it's just another one of these Ash models, and here they're gonna call him Rook. And then afterwards, I wasn't thinking this during the movie, but afterwards I was like, oh, it kind of makes sense they chose him for two reasons. One, the movie supposedly takes place between Alien and Aliens, so timeline-wise, it kind of makes sense.
He'd
and
be
you
the
do
model
see the
of the
Nostromo
time.
wreckage.
And you
too.
see the Nostromo, and two, think about it. Ian Holm is dead and gone. Disney's like, we own him. Nobody's here to make us. We don't
His
care.
estate
Who cares about
doesn't
Michael
care.
Fassbender? Who cares? Yeah, like
Yeah.
we can literally throw his estate some money and we can puppeteer Ian Holm as much as we want. Look, think about Disney has done it in Rogue One. They've done it in they did it to Rogue One to like various characters. They even did it to goddamn Princess Leia. She was still alive. They didn't have to do it to her back then.
Yeah, they were like, fuck you, Carrie. We got this.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised.
We don't
I'll
need
tell
you.
you this. Usually I'm the first person to hate on, and I thought he looked like shit, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't kind of bring a smile to my face just having seen the first one where I was like, all right, it's kind of cool. I think I respected more.
My audience loved it.
Yeah,
actually.
I respected
I don't know
more
about
like
yours.
the ballsiness of the creative decision, and seeing him kind of like tickled that fan service a little bit where I was like, that's kind of cool. He looks like shit, but I kind of don't care. I should say, by the way, I should go on record and say I loved it. I
mean,
think
that was my biggest gripe was the CGI
Yeah.
involved with the de-aging. And
I have two gripes, and you know what? Fuck it. Since we segue, I'll just do my two gripes. Here are my
Get
two
into
gripes. Because I think my compliments and stuff are basically going to echo what these gentlemen are going to say. I love the physical effects. I thought the atmosphere was awesome. Fede knows how to direct. My two gripes were, I like fan service as much as the next guy, but I thought the movie, I think the fan service worked and then worked against itself in some areas in this movie where I was like, I loved the new stuff they were doing so much, like the new stuff with the face huggers and sort of, hey, we get introduced to this new synth. His name is Andy, by the way. I thought Andy was like my favorite part of the movie. I thought it was like a knockout performance. So interesting that we got the dichotomy of seeing a good and bad synth in one role. Usually we either get one or the other. I thought he was like a knockout. That guy was fantastic, but that was like my problem. Like, as good as that character was, why force him to say, get away from her, you bitch? It came out of nowhere. It's like there's no context for the character to have said that. Like, if the bully guy would have said something like that to him earlier and then he would have repeated it, that kind of would have made sense. But it was like, it was clearly just there for fan service. Like, to me, that sequence was so good. He could have said anything at the end of that sequence and we all would have been like, that's fucking awesome.
like
But
it
they
would have been the new
deliberately
tagline.
Totally, but they deliberately chose that, and to me, it was like, that's like a thesis for like when the fan service goes bad. Like, did I need to see the Ripley's Reeboks? Not really. She doesn't need to wear those. I think they're cool, but I'm like, do they need to be there? Because like the new stuff they do is so cool. Like, I gotta tell you, that fucking shit in 0G with the acid blood was amazing. It was like my favorite thing in the movie. And it was so good that I was like, it was the first time this summer that I had seen a movie, even more than Deadpool and Wolverine, more than any of those, where I was like, I want to come back and see this again just to see that sequence because it was so good. Like, how have we had 8 or 9 alien movies? Nobody's done anything like that yet with the blood. It was so clever. It was fucking awesome. I loved it.
It felt very Dead Space to me.
Yeah, Dead Space.
Because I love playing those games when it plays around with gravity. It's like, yes, they finally did it on the big screen.
It felt a little bit like Starfield. I don't know if you guys have played that at all, but
when you construct your own ship.
Well, yeah, and even you have space fights in Starfield where you're in 0G, so when you fire your weapon, it like propels you in whatever direction you're facing.
That is so smart, man. Like, I can't believe we're only just now getting that. That's such a good idea.
Yeah. I definitely like the Reeboks in terms of the fan service, and Reebok is actually dropping a fucking pair of distressed looking.
Oh yeah, I saw
Reeboks, dude. They're like $170, which I'm 41, so that's a shitload of money to me for shoes. Like, I'm not a fucking sneakerhead. I buy like $30 Chuck Taylors. So.
I was gonna say, my Crocs are $20.
Yeah, I'm wearing Adidas sandals right now.
Dude, for $180, they better be the fucking lace-up shits from Back to the Future 2. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They better help you fight a xenomorph for real.
Yeah, dude. They're rocket boosters on the inside.
Super Mario Brothers your ass off of that platform.
Well, we touched a bit on the. I thought the Andy character, I think, was like the best written character, and I thought that actor's performance was amazing. I think it's no small feat to have an actor be an android, be a synth, next to arguably the most famous synth in the whole franchise. I know it's not Ash, but it's him. It's basically him. So kind of crazy that he had to share that space with that character, and he still fucking rocked it. So I thought that was amazing.
He definitely had a little bit of an advantage over the visual presentation of the other synth. But yeah, Andy was great, and I thought he was pretty much the emotional anchor of the movie. I know it was supposed to be Rain, but Andy was the one that like kind of led the audience's emotions basically, and he's the one that you look to know how to feel about everything. And that actor, David Johnson, I'm not familiar with any of his other work, but he was amazing in this. And Kaylee Spaney was great too. So
yeah, it's a good year for her, man, because she was so good in Civil War. I thought she was fantastic, and she's really good in this too. You know, I think I think it's hard for especially her because again she's going to be compared to Ripley. That's fucking hard.
Right.
They even give her a lot of the same stuff. Like okay, well now she's going to get down into her like night pajamas. Right?
That's what I want to say. Actually, I found a lot of that stuff to be too distracting and too much of a throwback to the original to make it even. It made it more predictable because you knew exactly what was going to happen, and they didn't really do much to change it. So I kind of felt that it sort of ruined the movie to a degree because I liked the fact that they were on this space station. I wanted to stay there, and I kind of wanted it to keep in the vein of following this young crew because they're doing different things, and to kind of fall back on the older crew seemed like a bit of a misstep, but not to a degree where it ruins the movie. It is nice to see those, I guess, as an Alien fan, but part of me would love to see something a bit different.
I think part of that
aside
too,
from that stupid new xenomorph. Sorry, that thing looked dumb.
Which one? Oh, the one at the end. You
The
mean
one
the
at the
fourth
end,
act.
the engineer-looking one,
Yeah.
the hybrid.
Yeah, it was like I felt as though they tried to meld it too much with the engineer, but the head just looked stupid. And then when it finally stood up, I was like, this big dumb thing. It just looks like Slender Man.
You know what I liked
Yeah,
about
that's
it
what I
though?
thought,
It reminded
Slender
me of I was like, oh shit, because I also like Alien Resurrection. It's just like a fun movie. But I was like, oh shit, they also kind of did this at the end of Alien Resurrection. They cloned Ripley's DNA, they combined it with a xenomorph, and they created that abomination at the end of that movie. I think that one looked a little cooler than this one. But I still like, I don't know, it's totally Slender Man, but there was something about it, especially the first reveal when it popped in, I actually found quite scary.
And when it was eating its mom,
when it was sucking the teeth dry.
That was fucking crazy too. That to me, that was like one of the most gruesome kills in the whole movie. You know, because it's
Dora the Explorer gets exploded.
Dude,
Dora the Exploded.
She had the worst experience out of anybody in that fucking flick. She like was taking a nap, pregnant, and woke up to like a fucking chest burster coming out, and then that runs away, and then she meets it later as a fucking in a cocoon, right? As it's like growing. I don't know what that form is called, and then she sees it again later when it's a fucking xenomorph. And then she gives birth to the Slender Man engineer,
the Slender Man
monster.
Well, there was really no reason for her to stick herself with the goo. I thought like I kept thinking about it afterwards, and I was like, in the moment I didn't notice it because like the filmmaking was so good and the pacing and the music were driving everything. It felt like in the moment I was like, she has no choice. She has to do this for her baby, and because she wants to live, she doesn't fucking know. Like they're gonna put her in cryosleep, but then when she wakes up, they're still gonna have to operate on her. Like what kind of condition is she gonna be in, her child? So it kind of made sense in the moment, but like throughout the weekend, I saw this on Friday. I kept thinking about it, and I was like, there almost felt like there was a scene missing. Like she didn't need to stick herself with the goo. It felt weird.
It kind of felt like she was in the home stretch already. So to do that, it's like, all right, you're near the stasis chambers. Just chill out. You don't have to. You don't have to do that.
She used her lifeline when she already knew the answer and wasted that shit.
Yes, 100%.
I feel as though they just did that just so they can have a secondary surprise for the ending. Yeah.
Well, they got to have because
like,
all the Alien movies kind of have a fourth act, so it was kind of like we got it. This is our most. Our most organic path, I guess.
But the thing is, it doesn't. It kind of feels like it's so expected that it no longer becomes a surprise. So, to me, it's sort of like, why even do it?
I think part of that is
maybe I'm like the odd man out here.
I mean, I think you guys are like you guys are very invested and serious about the franchise. I was cheesing harder, I think, than you guys on this one, because honestly, a lot of the fan service stuff I kind of expected because people hated that there wasn't much of that in Covenant and Prometheus. So I was like all in on the Reeboks.
More like a course correction, you think, right?
Yeah, a little bit because it was. I think this was originally destined to be on like a Hulu original,
which is crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe.
Yeah,
that.
Actually on Hulu they have all like the making of features, and it's prominently displayed on the front.
You know why I think that is?
So
I think
you can tell that it was supposed to be there.
Dude, it's displayed on Disney Plus. If you somebody posted, they were like, if you have a kid profile, look at what's at the top, and it was like Bluey, Pocahontas, and there was a fucking xenomorph
alien
right there, and I was like,
coming for your
what
children,
kid? Buddy. Yeah, like how did this person discover this? Their kid was like, Mom.
Well, if they got through the man, what was that movie that came out earlier this year with fuck Yormos? What was his weird movie with
you're talking about fucking god damn it, Emma Stone.
Emma
Acting
Stone.
like
Was it
an
like
idiot.
Small Things or something?
Small
movie was
Things.
it? Yeah, Small Things. That
All
was
the
like
small things.
right next to like Little Mermaid or something. if you
Totally.
made it through that, you can deal
I think
with
it's
it
funny,
as Xenomorph.
dude. I think that's the one and only time I would love to be a parent. Like, I don't want children, but
Poor
for that
Things.
moment, Poor Things. That's it. For that moment when a kid runs in, and is like, Dad, there's a xenomorph. Missed opportunity, because any parent worth his salt would have been like, game over, man. Game over.
Have you seen the videos of the dads that took their kids to see Alien in '79 at the theater? And
No, that's awesome
oh,
though.
dude,
Oh, wow.
You have to maybe pull that up. I don't know. It's literally like, of course, '79, so it's retro as fuck, and it's these dads being interviewed by like the local news, and they're like, "Did you know this movie was rated R when you brought your son?"
Oh, yes, I think I've seen that. Yeah, that's pretty funny, actually.
I think it's like a minute long. It's not that long.
All right,
but
wait.
it's
I think I
fucking
found it.
hilarious.
I think I found it. Let's take a
But to be
detour.
honest, as a kid, that's probably the best time to watch that movie, especially with
yeah.
all the physical effects. It would feel like you're watching a documentary, probably.
I mean, I probably watched Alien for the first time. I was born in '83, so probably 85, 86.
Are you sorry you brought him?
I love that TikTok
Tell me,
also
solve
wants to
this
put
puzzle.
15 goddamn thing. Here's a puzzle, and it wants a fucking biometric eye scan and shit for me to fucking watch this video. Get the fuck out of here. Here we go. This is called Taking the Kids to See Alien.
Know that this was an R-rated movie when you brought him?
Yes, we did.
Are you sorry you brought him?
Yes.
Are you glad you saw it?
That's a cool kid.
Are you sorry, sir, that you brought your son along to see Alien?
No, ma'am, I think you should have seen it. It's something that you need to know.
First off, this guy is my dad. This is totally my dad. I grew up in a house with no ratings rule. This guy kind of looks like Dan Aykroyd with a mustache, which looks like my dad. This might actually be my dad. And this totally would have been him getting busted coming out.
Are you remembering this? You might be the kid here.
Yeah, dude. This would have been us during Alien 3. My dad took me to see Alien 3. I took him because I thought there was going to be boobies.
The more
what could
disturbing one.
Yeah.
Things could happen in life. That could be a true story. Based on science.
This is totally my dad, by the way, too. He would believe it was real.
Did the movie scare you at all? Yes, ma'am, it did.
Scarred for life, that little kid.
No fucking shit,
But
kid.
he didn't have a Superman shirt on. The other kid did, and the other kid's fucking fine, probably making movies now or something cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that little boy is David Gordon Green.
Was never the same.
Wait, so we're talking about xenomorphs, we're talking about stuff. Can we talk about the facehuggers, dude? How cool were they?
Honestly, they're the best aspect of the whole franchise. Even though the xenomorph is the star, the facehuggers are the scariest thing in Alien, and I think it's the concept that the whole franchise was based on was alien. I'm sorry to say this on your show, but alien oral is what Alien is about.
Don't be sad to say that on our show. That's fine.
Now we've been demonetized.
People don't like the R word so much. So, and I didn't want
alien
to call it grape,
oral
like
sexual
on TikTok.
assault.
There you go.
Doesn't have
There
quite
you
the
go.
same ring to it.
Non-consensual relations from an alien. in your
Alien.
mouth.
That's the next one, dude. Alien consent. Oh no, I consented.
Alien consension.
Dude, I thought it was so smart. I love when story lines up with gag perfectly. Like, this is what I mean. Like, whatever. You could have just brought him into a fucking room on the ship, on the space station, and been like, oh, look, this is where we're storing all the facehuggers. Uh-oh, now they're loose. It was so clever. It was like, our crew of young kids needs cryofuel to power the cryopods. So they're going to take it. They found excess on the ship. Perfect. And these dummies don't realize The only thing keeping the face huggers and suspended animation is that cryo stuff. So once they're pulling it, it's defrosting. It was so smart, dude. It was such a good ticking clock.
The way they shot it too.
Yes, like without the need of a countdown, without the need of cheating with music. It was just like you knew immediately, oh fuck, like they're doing it to themselves. And I loved that like refreshing little set, that the fucking sound design on them popping out of those discs, hitting the water, you know, and that fucking guy.
And then you watch the temperature. Yeah, I like how they took that
and it
the
was
Star
nice.
Wars trash compactor scene and just amped it up.
Yes,
yeah,
But
totally.
see, that's
And
that.
it
This
felt
is
like
where
that.
it's successful in like taking something from the original one and like changing it for the better rather than copying it.
Yes,
I think
right.
that's what
100%.
made that scene so successful, especially when you see them all tearing out of that door.
Oh yeah, dude.
It was that was quite the one thing that I wish, and you can see it was probably because the budget was as low. I really wish we could see them running further along that hallway as if this space station was more expansive, but I can understand why they had to make it like a shorter run, but that was pretty intense,
I thought
especially
it
when
was
you're
pretty
in one of these
crazy to
big-
consider they're physical. Most of them are physical. Like I'm sure there's
Yeah.
some CG help where they're like painting out wires and fucking bars and shit, but it is so crazy to see them move because they're fast.
Oh, yeah.
They're really fast.
Oh yeah.
Well, and the way
just
they
as a
jump,
creature
I mean,
guy,
you can't
I
get
so
away from them.
appreciated seeing them in motion. Like physical stuff in motion is hard, and it looked awesome.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
I know one thing I always do because my wife is a total trooper. She watches all this shit with me, and so if we're watching an alien movie, I basically take my hand and I do like a run up across her arm and I jump at her face like a face hugger. And it's my favorite thing. I probably did it 6 times in the theater. And someone was right next to me too. I was sitting right next to an old dude watching the movie, and I had no shame about taking my left arm and fucking
You
jumping
did it
at
to
my
him
wife
too,
in
and he's
there.
like, "Hey,
Yeah. This is a 4D experience.
I haven't experienced this kind of harassment since I took my son to see Alien in 1979."
Maybe you've seen the video. It's online. Thought the shit could happen.
What did you guys think of? Okay, so what did you guys think of the not the ending one, but the xenomorphs themselves? Like, I thought they looked amazing.
They
were
look
so
great.
cool.
Yeah.
I love the
Especially those
silver
birthing
grills, man.
scenes.
Yes, yeah.
And the silver grills. Actually, speaking of xenomorph, I got to show you something.
Oh, pull her on
I don't know
down.
how well
He
it's
has
gonna
like a
show.
full size.
Oh
on the
shit!
blur.
Is this the popcorn bucket?
This is the xenomorph
Oh, you got it.
Oh shit!
popcorn bucket at Regal. Sorry, I got
Holy
the
shit,
blur
it's
on,
huge.
so it's hard to see. But yeah, dude, this thing is like we didn't
Holy
have popcorn in it.
shit!
They give you like a large popcorn, and then they give you the
Wow,
bucket.
that thing is crazy.
But it's got a fucking popcorn hole, which I'm gonna.
You should
fill it
put
with-
maggots in there.
They're maggots, Michael. I'm gonna. Sorry, Lost Boys. I'm gonna put a goldfish in it one of these days and just
That's
sit here and,
awesome.
like Monkey Brains and Temple of Doom. But yeah, this xenomorph, it was like $35.
Dude, you're speaking to
Dude,
the
that's
nerd
totally
in
worth
me,
it.
dude. As somebody who collects the popcorn buckets, man, I sweat that. I'm so jealous. I'm a Cinemark guy, so we did not have that popcorn bucket. We had this really it was kind of cool what we had. It was a chamber. It was like a glass chamber with a face hugger in it that was lit from below.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
So I actually had the option between
shit, has
that
lighting
or the
effects?
xenomorph.
Oh shit! Well, dude, I think the
I
xenomorph is
wanted
way
the
cooler,
xenomorph.
though.
Yeah,
come
'cause
on, it's way cooler.
I think the other one
It's a
is like
classic.
battery operated, so the face hugger lights up. It's like a lantern looking thing
Yes,
almost, right?
yeah.
And
I actually
and-
think it would make a cooler glass for like your cocktail versus like a popcorn
yeah,
receptacle.
there you go. There
Yeah.
you go.
You know what I mean?
It's all
Pop some
toxic.
fucking cubes in there, and you're like looking
it's all
at.
toxic plastic. You shouldn't really put anything.
Yeah, it's all right.
you're
We're
gonna
consuming
ingest
all the
in it.
microplastics. It's fine.
Yeah, fucking whatever.
It's already in our blood system.
It's in your blood system. Yeah,
What are we
exactly.
gonna do? You're probably gonna have a chest burster jump out.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do?
dude. Just break
Made
it
out
down
of
with
plastic.
your dude. I'm like the alien with all my stomach acid and heartburn. I'll break that shit down with my acid blood.
Hey, when you guys see chest burster scenes, do you ever think of the scene from Spaceballs with the
Yeah,
chest
God,
burster?
yes.
I do every time. Every fucking time.
Mel Brooks
That seems
ruined it
amazing.
because all I
Yeah.
can hear is "Hello, my baby. Hello, my
Hello,
honey."
my honey. Hello, my ragtime.
Dude,
gal.
although
Yep.
you know, okay, so that's another good example of like doing something like taking a cool fan servicey thing or a throwback thing and putting a fresh spin on it. I love cool tech in movies, and there was something so cool about the X-ray wand,
X-ray,
so that
hell
she
yeah.
could see through as it was happening. I was like, fuck yes,
Well,
this is
and
my
when
shit.
when she waved it over her arm and she was like, "This is fucking cool," you knew that was coming back.
Oh
later.
yeah,
It's like,
and you knew
100%.
why.
I guess you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she's gonna die. That sucks.
But worse than that, to me, worse than her chest bursting, worse than the X-ray, was when you see the face hugger tube removed from her throat, and it's so long, dude. It's
like it goes
it's
into her belly.
long. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It reminds you of those like tracheotomy scenes, and it's like, "Whoa."
Yes, you're like,
I mean,
you just think about
That's why I think really the face huggers are the scariest creature in the whole verse,
Yeah,
because
you
a
might be right,
xenomorph
dude.
is just going to kill you or take you to the queen, but a fucking those face huggers are going to fucking jump from 13 feet away and just you're not even going to know what to do. And it only takes a minute. I mean, even in the first Alien, when was it John Hurt gets jumped by the very first face hugger, it's over pretty quickly, you know. I mean, they think he's all good and he's sitting there eating cereal and then blammo. So like,
Oh god, yeah. You feel so bad for that guy too.
oh dude, it's
Oh wait,
I just
for me, that acid blood though is like one of the craziest
yeah.
things for an alien to have, especially toward the end when it finally gets that one guy and it's just dripping on him and
Yes,
part of his
you
and
can
his
see it
hand
melt down to the
dissolves in the
bones.
oh my god,
Oh,
that effect
Jesus.
was done so well. It made me cringe in the theater.
And that
I
was probably
loved it.
practical, I would imagine, because that did look really good.
Yeah, that looks
So
super good, man. Also,
the
too, it's like, you know, they did so many cool practical things right. Like, yeah, the zero G acid ballet was my favorite, but there was something really cool. And you know, you watch these movies and you know if you encounter a black tunnel, it's a nest. You before they even do anything, you're like, I already know what's back there, and it paid off. Like it looked so good. Like there's something like maybe I'm an easy lay for this, but there's something so cool about people running in a spaceship corridor with like a yellow strobe going off and they're freaked out and something's coming and it just fucking works, dude.
well,
There's
it's just
something
very
about it.
it's discombobulating, you know, if you
Yeah.
put yourself in that position, which is easy to do in a movie theater when you got the fucking sound and the picture around you, but like it really is unnerving and discombobulating, and then add on to that the fact of what you're running from or running into, it makes it even fucking scarier.
And you can't tell what's going around that next corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 And how much
100%.
it's affected so much other science fiction, you know, movies, fucking TV, video games. Like that's why I think this movie was so fun. It was a return to form very much. And in some ways it was maybe like a little ham-fisted, but I just felt like I thought that's what everybody kind of wanted. So I felt like that's what Fede was like, here you go. This is what I'm
And
giving
at
you.
least though with Fetty, it's done well. The fucking he's to
Yeah.
me, not to put him up too high on a pedestal, but like when I see David Fincher's name on something, to me it's a mark of quality. I know it's going to look good, it's going to move. Basically, like an auteur has touched this and crafted it and given it to you. And I feel like Fetty for horror nerds is kind of the same way. Like the guy just makes quality. So I feel like I'm in good hands when I see his name, and he to me he delivered. Again, I think we can argue the Ian Holm thing. That feels very much like a studio. Like, I think you're right, Tommy. Like, it feels a little course corrective where they're like, we gotta put some old shit in here.
Yeah.
But I feel like this movie succeeds, man. It's so fun. It was, again, it was like the first movie all summer that I honestly was like, I want to see this again in theaters because I had such a good time. You know, I saw it large format on a Friday morning. And I had a huge crowd. I was kind of amazed. For 10:30 in the morning, dude, it looked like Friday night in my theater. People were amped to be there. We had cheers at the end. Like it was good, man. And people don't do that around here. So I know the movie connected in a big fucking way. I also just love too, like again, there was like so many cool new ideas we've never seen before. It was cool to see like basically like indentured servitude in this world, like that Wayland Yutani is just like, yeah, we make these people go into mines and shit, and we tell them we're gonna let them go, and it's such a good fucking concept for a plot. It's like these kids have nothing. If they're gonna make it, they have no choice but to break in and take their chance and steal these tubes. There's a reason for them to be there. In a
And
way,
what's cool
it
about
reminded me
that-
of Don't Breathe. It was like kids who need the money.
No other
They're in a
choice.
shitty situation. What choice do we have? We have to go into the guy's house. Boom, bitch, Sony man.
Yeah, and I think what's cool about that, and also more strength to that point, is that Alvarez said he kind of got the idea for the story in this, from watching, I think, a deleted scene from Aliens, so Cameron's sequel, and basically it was a scene showing some of the colonist kids running around, and seeing those kids and thinking like, what are they going to be like when they become adults? And obviously this movie takes place between 1 and 2, so that doesn't fully jive with the exact same kids that Alvarez saw in Aliens, because that takes place after Romulus here. But just thinking about, these are like, this is Ripley's kids, this is all the people from the first one, their children, who have to have grown up in this indentured servitude, because all life is about now is trying to like terraform and colonize to fucking allow humanity to survive. And that's one of the things I do like about Prometheus and Covenant, is David is talking about like, why should humanity survive? They're doing all this to not go extinct. Us androids and replicants and synths are almost like the future along with these engineers, because we're like immortal, and so that was one thing I thought it was more to that point here in Romulus, is like, these are the kids of Ripley and crew on Nostromo, and this is them like 20 years later, how they're surviving, and they're fucking not doing very well.
That's really fucking
And
cool,
you really empathize with them too, because the way they tell the story, it's sort of like, their parents died in the mines and now they're all orphans. And then when she tries to get her leave, they're like, oh, let's just type in and add more hours to what you need. And then it just jumps double.
Yeah, they doubled her fucking
like, oh
time.
man,
That was
these
so
kids
fucked.
can't catch
It's
a
like
break.
heartbreaking.
So so it kind of like, you understand that they really have to do something dangerous. And it makes you like, because in other movies you'd be like, these people are stupid. Why would they go to this thing? It's
Right.
it's getting pulled into the atmosphere.
This is their only
it's gonna
option,
burn
man.
up. Yeah.
Right.
It's like, they're probably not going to succeed, but from their perspective, it's like, well, it's either you die in the mine or you die trying to get off the planet. So,
Yeah.
it sets it up really well from the beginning.
And it did a really good job of showing how cruel their world was. Like, obviously people had a certain way to feel about the synths, but like Andy just getting picked on and bullied, and like to the point where he's like just beaten in the street, sitting there for 5-10 minutes alone. Like, it was a cruel fucking world. It almost is like, if you did know there was a chance of alien monsters being up on that ship, you still might go anyway, because what the fuck else do you have to look forward to?
You're right. You're either going to
Didn't
succeed
they
or you're
say
going to die trying, and like either one is a good reward. Dude, that line broke my heart when he said, when Andy was talking to Rain, and he said something like, you don't have to view me like a child anymore. And I was like, oh, fuck, what a good line. That kid was great, man.
Yeah, he did a really good job. And I thought Kaylee Spaney with limited dialogue did a really good job of emoting several different emotions and feelings about her brother, and obviously her and the main guy that was leading this little rink-a-dink crew of space explorers. They had a history together. So yeah, I thought with little dialogue, it was like the Dennis Villanueva route. There wasn't a lot of dialogue, but a lot of emotion was conveyed.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
You could kind of guess what the backstory was between all those characters just from little looks and gestures.
Yeah,
which is really smart.
Yeah,
I like that it doesn't like force feed you things.
I
it
might
doesn't
be
waste a lot of
left
time
that
with
the audience is intelligent.
I might be reaching, but didn't some of the like the wardrobe and style also felt like throwbacks? Like the girl who gets the chest burster has the shaved head like Alien 3, like the prison style.
Right.
The dickhead dude is like,
It's
something
like
in the water,
sleeveless.
something in the water.
Yeah.
He's got the
it looked
headband like fucking what's her name?
Vasquez.
Right?
Vasquez.
Like there were little things
and he
like
reminded me of Paxton in that too. 'cause
yes,
he
like
was
they
the
kept
douchey
fucking
loud guy.
pulling from other movies. I was like, that's kind of cool. I liked it more when it was like subtle nods like that versus like, now we need a shot of the Reeboks. Dare to go to Reeboks. I was like, okay.
That was
Buy
the
'em,
merch
buy
shot.
'em.
Yeah, that's the merch shot. Dude, when you're watching, when you watch shit on Disney Plus now, like sometimes you'll be watching a scene and like a little button, like a little link will pop up and it'll go shop. It has a little bag.
Wait,
and like
what?
you can click it and sometimes there'll be like a purchasable item, right? Like, and I
don't
just
think I've
know.
ever seen that.
Oh, it's fucking bizarre, dude. I have an Apple TV.
What do you stream on? Okay.
I'm on
I have
Apple
an
TV,
Xbox that I do
and
it on.
sometimes I'm on Disney Plus, and like they did it with Mandalorian a bunch. I'm a Mandalorian fan, and they'll be like showing you a scene, and you'll see this little kind of pop up, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I hit it, and it's taking you to the shop to buy a thing you've seen either in the scene or a special poster or whatever. And I just know inevitably when this makes its way to Disney Plus, you know,
Yeah.
that
gonna
little
be like,
shop
Reebok.
icon's gonna pop up
Buy.
on that Reebok
Oh my
shot
God.
so that you can buy them.
Can you?
They're going to be like, buy these $170 already distressed, dirty looking shoes, which is true. That's a true story. And then buy this $45 cutoff that we
Yeah.
also pulled from the movie.
Dude, I gotta
Cutoff
say,
t-shirt.
Sigourney Weaver at least did that shit in her full undies. She was like, it felt vulnerable. She's trying to go to bed. She's almost naked. Here, they were like, Kaylee Spaney, you are in booty shorts and a wife beater. And I was like, hey.
I did like, though, they made her
Sigourney
barefoot.
did this
And
shit
you
with
can
nothing.
purchase these.
yeah, the shop link comes up. Boop. Purchase
Anytime
these
someone's
booty
barefoot
shorts.
walking on metal floors, I'm like, you are a soldier. You are a gangster, lady. Barefoot on a metal floor, that's got to be so cold.
The,
You're
in
not-
the
you don't even
coldness
know
of
you're in trouble.
space, too. You know, that shit's like ice
Yeah,
up there.
it's freezing out there, yeah.
Um,
Or so I've heard.
So I know that we each had gripes about Rook, the Ash character. We had a couple. Were there any other gripes you guys had about the movie that we didn't cover? Because we've been pretty kind to it. Was there anything that got under your skin? Like I said, I hated the "get away from her, you bitch" line. I thought it was unnecessary, and he delivered it weird. It was like the one miscalculation of that actor. Like I think he was trying to do it and make it feel like awkward,
Different.
like he was trying to discover like a slur or like a curse word as an android who'd never done that before, but it didn't translate for me.
It probably was supposed to hit like when the Terminator he does his first smile, but it
Yes.
just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But it
and
is like you were saying, it felt more like a force-fed line, so it's like it's really not the actor's fault because he just has to say what the script says.
Yeah, I'm
sometimes,
sure it was in the
probably because they're
script.
like, we need this line.
Yeah. No, I think also too, it's 2024. This is what, the 9th Alien movie. It's hard to get that new original line in there because then you might have, 50,000 IMDb reviewers being like, dude, what the fuck? There was no callbacks, so like,
Right.
I feel I wasn't super bummed about that. The other piece of CGI that I was like, oh, this is the other objection or bugaboo I had about the movie was when she was actually dipping into the rings of that Jackson planet and like dropping the engineer, the Slender Man hybrid guy
Yep.
into the rings. I thought that looked, and then when she was like climbing back up the cable to get back into the ship, I thought that looked terrible. It was like,
Oh, are you talking about when
honestly,
the sand shit was blowing out? It looked like she was in the middle of a tornado.
well, when she was coming back up to the ship, like after disposing of that guy, and it
Because
just
actually,
looked
I like
bad.
that tornado shot. I thought that looked kind of cool. Like whatever that was, that like ore
The
dust
tornado
or
was
whatever.
cool.
I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah.
looked cool. Yeah.
But I think other
I
than
like that you could still see that space station burning up in the background.
yeah.
That was a
was
really.
cool.
I thought that part was
I thought
really
the
cool.
rings and the planet and the space stuff all looked great. I just thought that specific shot of her going back up the cable into the ship, it just looked like it was from a Drake's Revenge PlayStation 3 video game, and it was like it just didn't look good for 2024. But
My problem
budget
was just that
explains.
sequence overall because it was too similar to the original. It was like now she's got to stuff herself into the suit, climb out to
It was
bust
like the
thing out of the
same
air. Like,
beats, yeah.
it was the same deal, and I was like, why are we doing this? Like, I did like that she had to use her own weight to pull down on the cable to pull the lever. Like that was clever, but it was like I wish she wasn't in that position to begin with because it was a little too similar to the beats of the ending of Ripley in the original. But I mean, I get.
It
why
also
they-
felt like they were trying to do the throwback to the end of Prometheus. Remember when the engineer's kind of taken over by that creature?
Oh,
But
yes.
that actually,
Yes.
when I saw that part at the end of Prometheus, I was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. This one was just like, ah, man.
Yeah, because they were copping their style.
You were let
Copping
down. Yeah,
Ridley's
you were let down
style.
by the creature design of the hybrid.
Yeah,
I
he
did
did look
think-
like Slender Man.
He looked like Slender Man mixed with the engineers, mixed with like they took the concept from Alien Resurrection and they were like, just throw that in there too. We don't have any Alien Resurrection.
We got everything else.
To be honest, like
the
the way the body and everything looked, it was just that tiny dopey head at the top that ruined the rest of the design. Because as it's morphing, it does look really cool.
Yeah, especially it's got those like
as it's
suckers on the back
transforming
and
so
shit. It's
quickly,
like cracking.
Yeah.
That stuff
And
looks
it's
cool.
like
Yeah.
inverted. It's not like a normal biped. It's like inverted like an
Yes.
insect or
Like
something.
the Arrival, like the fucking aliens in the Arrival with Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen.
Yeah.
You expect the knees to bend like
Yeah, to crack back.
Like raptors walking around.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it seems like we all kind of really had a good time with it. I mean, we had some gripes, but it's feeling like a bit of a love fest here. We don't get many of these on this show. It's like a love.
Well, let me tell you
Alien
one thing.
Romulus.
If this says anything, I actually have tickets to see it tomorrow in IMAX. So I'm gonna
hell
go
yeah,
again.
dude. I think I have an IMAX theater like an hour away, which is hard because I have a really old sick dog. So it's hard to be like, yeah, let's fucking go be gone for 5 hours. But
Yep.
dude, this is worth seeing in IMAX, I think. Any movie this year, if there is one, Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
Not The Crow.
No.
You
That's
mean
not worth watching on streaming.
It
in
ends
my
with
opinion.
Us. That's the one you got to check out. It
Yeah,
ends
get that Blake Lively movie in there.
I gotta say, and I'm not even kidding. I don't need to get through the rest of August to tell you Alien Romulus is my favorite movie of the summer. It's the best summer movie I think we've had. It was the most fun, the most engaging, the most thrilling, even with the dumb stuff in it. If somebody said, "Hey Matt, what's your favorite summer movie this summer?" I would tell them it's Alien Romulus by a mile.
Well, Matt, do you remember last summer how disappointed we are with every sort of like big
Last
movie
summer
that
was
was
lame.
Yeah, it was
supposed
bad.
to happen?
Yeah,
This is the
especially-
first time where we got like a franchise resurrection / reboot
That
where it
worked.
actually delivered. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think this year has been a super awesome year for action movies, and of course sci-fi here with Romulus. But like Beekeeper, I fucking dug.
Beekeeper was amazing.
Love
I thought
Beekeeper.
Furiosa was sweet. Fucking obviously it's not so much action, but Quiet Place Day One was good and
I
super.
like
was
that one
really
too.
good, yeah.
That one was good.
But yeah, Romulus is probably my favorite this summer. Maybe tied with Deadpool. I love Deadpool. I thought it was
Super
excellent.
fun, yeah.
I had a good time with Deadpool, but it was the difference of being like, I had a good time, and then this week I was like, I have to see this again.
Right.
Well, I think the one thing that separates this movie from Deadpool is like Deadpool felt very CG and green screen. This one felt like, okay, you're on this. Yes, there were some, like you were saying, they only had $80 million to play with, but given the fact that they had such a small budget and were able to build such massive sets, I think it was extremely impressive.
Yeah,
And
totally.
It worked really well.
And
like,
as
I
a
felt like I was in a
franchise-
lot of those environments.
As a franchise, I'll take Alien over Deadpool any fucking day.
Oh yeah, for
100%.
sure.
I thought Deadpool, obviously they probably had twice the budget this movie had. So it's probably
Which is kind of crazy that this movie looked better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the power of physical, man.
Yes.
The human eye knows. Even if you're not a person that can detect the difference between Blu-ray, 4K, whatever, you know if you're looking at an actor on a screen or an actor on location. You just know.
that. And I think the
can't fake
other
that.
culprit is time, because time is going to make any good CGI eventually age. So if you're watching this movie again in 20 years, are you going to really, really hate the Rook scenes, or is the rest of the effects going to still look so good you don't give a shit? Probably
You can
that.
see how Furiosa is not going to age as well as
Yeah.
Mad Max.
It
Fury
already
Road.
looks rough.
Right.
Yeah, man, I've gone back. I love Rogue One, and I've gone back and rewatched it, and it's oh boy,
Yeah. I mean, the
scenes are hard.
de-aging,
They're hard to see,
especially,
man.
like Ian Holm looked better, and obviously the de-aging was different for this, but when they de-aged him as Bilbo Baggins, it was better, 15 years ago, 20 years
Yeah.
ago than it was here in 2024. So it's there. I think everybody's getting a little too big for their britches, and we got Tupac holograms and fucking Coachella, and so everybody's like, whatever, we own everybody's ass for
This
life.
year, Ian Holmes' hologram comes to Burning Man. He'll be there dropping science and knowledge.
You know what? One thing is cool. I don't think we mentioned this. I did like that the replicant or the synth's name was Rook, because obviously in Aliens we had Bishop, which
Yeah.
Bishop Rook, those are chess pieces. Yeah.
That's a good call, and it made me
Hey,
think
what
too.
about Ash though?
It made me try to remember.
Yeah,
that's
one.
such a good call. I was like, what
His
was
last name is
Winona
Knight.
Ryder's name? What was her name? Because she was a synth.
In Resurrection, yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Because
I
I
mean,
was
that's
like,
my
that would have
least
been
favorite of
dope
the
to follow
first
that and
four.
have one of them be called Knight, right? Like with a K.
Yeah, like, well, there is a queen with the aliens, but obviously that's reaching a little bit.
Did you guys?
Alien
Did you guys have?
There's
Speaking of
secret like
synths,
chess Easter eggs.
did you guys have any trailers or teasers for the new show Alien Earth at your screenings?
No,
Well,
did
no,
you?
but I
We
got
did.
there. I got there like 3 minutes before the movie started. So,
So we had like an Alien pre-show at my screening, which was weird.
Oh, man.
And one of the things they did was they showed us a quick teaser of the show, and it's called. We got a title reveal. It's called Alien Earth, and we found out that it actually takes place earliest in the timeline, like even before Prometheus. And I think, judging by what we saw in the teaser, that it is going to focus more on synths than it is xenomorphs or anything like that. Because
Is it live action, by the
it's
way?
live action.
Oh,
and
wow.
Timothy Oliphant is in it. He's a synth. He's one of the synths, I think.
Oh,
And
man, this is going to be great.
it's the same guy who did Fargo, the TV show Fargo, and he did Legion.
Oh, wow.
Noah
That's a
Hawley.
very capable person.
Yeah,
I
Noah
haven't
Hawley
seen
is his
Legion,
name.
but Fargo's good.
Season
Legion,
one,
the first
season
episode's
one of
really
Legion
damn good.
rules. Season one is awesome. Season two, yeah. Season three, don't bother.
Yeah.
Diminishing
It's
returns
FX.
is what I'm saying on Legion.
FX makes good TV. I'm not a huge TV guy. I actually have a TV rec today, by the way. It's a
Whoa,
spoil the
that's a
surprise.
first.
I know, it's weird.
Damn.
But yeah, I didn't see a trailer for Alien Earth, but just in reading up, because dude, I went in full on franchise mode after seeing this Friday. Even though I watched the original like January this year, I watched that like Saturday night, and then I did Prometheus Sunday night, and then I did Covenant last night.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been in Alien mode. I'm actually thinking of downloading the Alien Isolation video game from 2014. which is
Oh shit.
yeah.
I think also kind of canon to all these movies, and people say it's the best survival horror game out there, and I'm not a huge guy in that genre, but like I love the franchise enough where it's probably worth checking that game out.
It's a good game, dude. I actually have it's not the same. You're gonna have a better version of it than I do. I have the version for iPad.
Oh, nice.
So by the way, if you're an iPad guy and you want to play it,
better than playing gin rummy on your iPad.
Yeah, dude.
You've never experienced the horror.
Yeah, totally.
In 11.7 inches.
As notifications are coming in, your pizza's here, sir. Your pizza's
You're like
out
sitting
front.
on a toilet.
My pizza's here.
Someone get it. I gotta.
Will you sign
My
for
asshole
my?
dried out.
Will you sign for my Tums order? I'm playing Alien Isolation on my iPad.
I just DoorDash some Tums here, the smoothie ones. I need them shit.
So is that it for us guys on Alien Romulus? Seems like
Did you guys
Yeah.
want to? Did you?
I'll
did you
show
wanna
off my
place it in your
sticker I
rankings?
got.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Look
yes.
at that. Waylon Yutani.
Wait a minute, hold that up. Waylon Yutani sticker or a pin?
It's a sticker, but it's
Damn.
like it's 3-dimensional. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
shit.
looks like a name tag. Like it's got some girth to it.
Yeah.
Like that could last a few days. That's a few walkarounds you could wear that thing for. That's gonna be sticking for a while.
Yeah, dude, that's weatherproof, man. Weather seal. You put that shit on the outside of your truck, man. No, Tommy, you're absolutely
shit.
right. We should close with our rankings.
Yeah.
Mark, maybe
Oh
we
shit!
start with
I'm
you.
not- I don't, no,
Oh, okay,
don't.
well let's.
I haven't really.
No, this
I
will
mean,
be hilarious.
okay,
We should
I'll-
start with
oh,
Mark
no, no.
then.
Okay, so
We'll start with
Watch
Mark,
him
then we'll go
struggle
to
through it.
Tommy, and then I'll finish up.
I think number one definitely is top. Aliens 2 is just on another level because it's James Cameron. I think I'll go Prometheus after that. And then I'll go, I love Covenant. I love those two movies. I'm sorry. And then I
Don't be
guess
sorry.
the third one I'll put after, and then Resurrections is last. I don't really care about the Aliens versus Predator. They're kind of
Where
their
does
own thing and
Romulus
their
fit
own-
in?
I would say I'd put with Romulus now. I think I might move it to the third slot right after Aliens 2.
Damn.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
just
Um,
because it was like it's as much as I said they relied on some of the stuff from the first movie. I still think it was original enough, and it's like you were with a younger crew to make it stick out a bit more.
Now, Mark, you
Alien
didn't
3
put the the AVP movies in there. Where do those go?
He doesn't
Yeah,
like
those
them.
are always at the bottom,
He
and
says, "Fuck 'em."
Requiem is dead last.
He says,
I
"Fuck
love
'em."
Paul W.S. Anderson too, and I do enjoy that movie. It's super entertaining, but if you're you're comparing it against like James Cameron, Ridley Scott,
David
Fede
Fincher.
Alvarez, it's
It's
kind of
hard.
yeah.
But I will
It's
say,
kind
I
of
will say, it
unfortunately
adds.
it just and also the script too, and it's kind of it's doing its own thing with the Predator universe. So I'm just taking, I guess, strictly the Alien universe. Do you
Good for
I
you.
gotta
count them?
defend AVP for a quick second, if I could, if
Please.
it's okay.
That's
So
what this show is for.
Here's what I love about Alien vs Predator. It strengthens both franchises, which are both franchises that are top for me in sci-fi and horror. I don't really consider either one of them horror because I watch so much horror that it's like sci-fi horror. You know what I mean? Like if I want to watch a horror movie, I don't watch Alien or Predator. But I think that the fact that the Predators, as we know from the previous Predator movies, go to Earth and go to different planets to search out like the top alpha predators to find out that it's still them that's top of the fucking food chain, right? And I love that in Alien versus Predator, the only creature that we've seen them find is the xenomorphs. So they've got this whole setup where every 100 years in Antarctica, these xenomorphs pop up because again, the predators thrive in heat. They're in the jungle in the first Predator movie. They're in the hot LA summer heat.
In the best one, Predator 2.
Yeah.
Predator 2 is
Wait,
amazing.
isn't even there an alien skull in Predator 2
There
on
is.
the
Yes,
ship, right?
There's a
that's the
xenomorph
first time
skull
they
with
cross
spine.
over.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I think that it adds to the lore of it adds to the lore of the xenomorphs because it makes them it makes us see that they're not just the baddest motherfuckers in the Alien franchise. Even in the Predator franchise, the aliens are the top creature that the predators can find to hunt to test their will and their strength against. And the xenomorphs win sometimes, which is why they have the whole self-defense mechanism of blowing them up and blowing the pyramids up in Alien vs Predator. So that's why I love the AVP, the first one, not the second one, because it literally makes the predators and xenomorphs both more badass. Which, not that they needed help with that, but like it does that. It's not just having fun trying to do a crossover. It literally is like these are the two top dogs in the whole fucking galaxy out there. Not even humans are involved in this mix until they accidentally get involved. So I love Alien vs Predator. It's not top.
Oh, it's a fun watch, but you know what it does? It just makes me, as a haunted house guy, sad that I missed the Alien versus Predator haunted house at HHN. Which makes
hell yeah.
I would have wished I could have walked through that. You walk through the temples and you're seeing them fight and shit. You should watch footage of it. It's very cool.
I bet
Thanks a
that'd be
lot,
sweet.
Requiem. You
Wait,
ruined
Tommy,
it for
what
everybody.
are your rankings for Alien now with Romulus in there?
So for me, this is just what I like. This isn't necessarily what I think the best movies are, because then the first Ridley Scott original would be number one. But my number one is Aliens. It's so fucking fun. I love it. And I'm a big James Cameron guy. Number two is Alien, Ridley Scott's original. Number three for me is Prometheus. I got to agree with Mark there. I love Prometheus. I love Ridley's return to the franchise several years later, decades later, and it's gorgeous. It looks so good to me. Number four for me is probably Romulus here, and I know you guys are probably that's cheesing too hard, but I just had a lot of fun with this. I had expectations going in, and it hit every expectation. It knocked them out of the park. And I agree with you guys. This is one of the few movies in recent memory, maybe even since like Top Gun Maverick, where I've been like, I do want to go pay to see that in IMAX and go somewhere, drive far away and watch this again in the theater.
That's a good call.
So probably number five is Alien 3. I like Fincher. I love Charles S. Dutton. I like the bald Ripley in the penal colony in 3. I think it's badass. Number 6 is probably Covenant. No, 6 is Alien vs Predator, then Covenant at 7, and then definitely Resurrection at 8, and far in ninth place is fucking Alien vs Predator Requiem.
Damn.
It's just bad.
I
It's
like
the only
it.
bad
I
one in the
like it.
franchise, though, to me.
I gotta say, I'm happy that you guys align on the Prometheus thing. That's good. That's good because it makes me feel a lot better when I dunk on it and put it lower on my list. At least you two guys have each other. Here's how I break it out.
You guys are wrong, but okay.
My number one is Alien Resurrection. I'm kidding.
I was like, bro, you can't talk about Prometheus and then come with the Alien Resurrection talk.
My list is going to be very generic in comparison. Number one is Alien. It's my favorite. It's seeing it again on the big screen this summer confirmed that for me, where I was like, whoa, dude.
That does help, yeah.
It helps big time.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm going to go to Aliens. James Cameron. It's badass. It's one of the most fun. It's a fucking blockbuster. When I think blockbuster, I think Aliens. I think people with pulse rifles and flamethrowers and the walkers, and I'm just like, this is the shit, man. And then I'm going to shock you guys. I stand by this movie. I'm your friend that likes Alien 3 a lot, and I put it right at the third slot. I
like
always
Alien
enjoy
3.
watching it. I like to go back to it. I like how fucking dark and gritty and fucked up it is. Like, yeah, it sucks that Newt's dead, but I don't give a shit. It's David Fincher, man. This shit's awesome. And then I'm going to go Romulus. I cheese hard too for it, dude. I liked it a lot. I had that much fun with it. Then I'm going to go, fuck it. Then I'm going to go Alien Resurrection. I have a lot of fun with it. It's one I like to throw on. And then I'll go AVP. And then I'll go Prometheus, Covenant, and Requiem. I think all those are I stuffed down at the bottom, sort of with extreme prejudice.
Get in there. Get down there.
I'll be honest though, there's like scenes in Alien Covenant. I love the intro. I love the scene in the field. There's some really dope stuff in Covenant.
I think the only thing I liked in Covenant,
I revisit that movie a lot actually.
The only thing I liked in Covenant was the ending. Was the hint that maybe hint that maybe David was gonna fuck her over, and she's like, David, are you gonna help me build a house and you'll help me do these things? And
he's like,
and
what,
there
Kevin?
was no answer, right? And then you started to see the panic on her face, and I was like, fuck, man, that's what I wanted. I wanted more of that.
By the way,
I love that moment.
Of the whole series, I feel as though maybe this is a travesty, but Covenant bookends so well with the first scene.
What was the first scene in Covenant? Now I don't remember.
The first scene is when he's like, David, ambulate, and he's sort of programming him and teaching him at the beginning, and then he has him play Ride of the Valkyries on the piano, and he's like anemic. But at the end, he plays the orchestra version of that song as he's walking down the hallway, and it's such a cool way to connect those two scenes because it's like.
Even how David infers to Wayland there too, like, oh, you're almost dead and I'm gonna still be alive. And it like discomforts Wayland. And then at the end of the movie, Wayland is long gone. And his whole everybody he sent in Prometheus is long dead. Even fucking Numi Rapace's character, she's gone. And it's still just David and this little organism that he's got in cryo. So
the other thing,
I do like that
like
about
that,
Covenant. The end is great.
The opening scene, it sets everything up so well, like who Wayland is, how he treats people, like the way he's like, you'll die before me, and then he's like, pour me this tea, and it's like, it's so cool, and it's such a simple scene, and it's done so well.
And there's the meme scene that everybody remembers where he talks about fingering holes and shit.
Who's your favorite Wayland? Do you like Guy Pearce or do you like?
I love Guy Pearce.
I like Guy Pearce.
I don't like pruny Guy Pearce.
I like Guy Pearce.
Looks kind of dumb.
I like when he's dressed up like the old man from the Six Flags commercials because that's what he fucking looks like, and it's so stupid.
Like the wrinkly ball sack.
I'm waiting to hear like bum 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 bum.
So
that's what I'm waiting to hear.
Do you remember who the other Wayland is in AVP? It's
Lance Henriksen.
It's Lance Henriksen.
It's Lance Henriksen.
Yeah,
I do. He's got an amazing voice. He's so cool.
I agree.
They should have just got him. Just bring him back for Covenant or for Prometheus.
Didn't he die though? Right?
Lance Henriksen's
alive. He's alive.
He's alive.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
He's super old, but yeah, he's alive. I mean,
they're waiting. They're like, we'll Ian home this motherfucker real soon.
Then we can program it.
Dude, you know how in the Old West they'd have a guy out there measuring you with a coffin like 6 foot, right?
That's what
now
Disney's
it's a Disney guy. A Disney lawyer comes by with a hard drive, and they're like, Not yet.
That
Yeah,
sounds really Disney the way you said
They have a
that.
blood pressure cuff, a blood pressure monitor they put on you, and they're like,
They're waiting.
We'll own you in about 3 years, Lance. You're ours then.
The contract for the family's already been like
Yeah.
created.
We got
It's just this
everybody's signature,
document. It's
but
a
yours.
they just sign it.
Fuck it. It's a really long CVS receipt. That's what it is. It's super long. It goes out the front door. All right. I think we're getting ready to go over to Get Wrecked. Let me play the goddamn music.
I'm gonna wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck, wreck, wreck! I'm gonna wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck, 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 wreck!
Well, I go on facts, not recommendations, but thank you.
69 dudes!
Asspot, enough! God, this guy. I can't believe it. Hey, welcome to Get Wrecked, everybody's favorite segment on the show. So you know how we do. We're going to just kind of run through our picks. And I think what we're going to do, since Tommy's our guest and he really rocks this segment every time he's here, we'll save you for our big finish.
Okay. No pressure.
Maybe Mark, you can go first.
Oh no!
Oh no, I'll go first. I'll go first.
No. I have a good one. I'll go. Do you want to do one at a time, or are we doing?
No, go through your whole run, so that way
Okay.
you can go through
All right.
your run. I'll go through my run, and then we'll end with Tommy.
Okay, cool. Well, Matt and I have discussed some things, so I'll save those toward the end. But I saw an amazing Western, so shout out to my friend Nick for recommending this movie because I had never heard of it. Have you heard of The Professionals? Not The
No,
Professional.
you were telling me about it,
plural,
though.
The Professionals. Great. I'm not going to say anything about this movie other than you have to watch. If you love Westerns, this to me was almost as good, if not. I feel as though I will watch this movie more than The Searchers. It's the coolest collection of like some of your favorite actors from the 60s. They all come together. They're all specialists. They're all really good at what they do, and it lives up to its name. No one sucks in this movie. The bad guy has like, you actually empathize with him. You understand what he's doing. It totally makes sense. If you love Westerns, you have to see this movie immediately. It looks gorgeous. It's one of the few movies where it doesn't like, you know how sometimes you'll watch a John Wayne Western and you're like, oh, there's a staged shot. And the trees just look like they're glued into the ground.
Yeah.
This one looks like it's all locations. And they have like, one of the guys is a dynamite expert. They have him climbing up this rock face and wiring things. And it looks like that's where you're impressed with acting. You're like, they have to basically learn what a professional learns in a short period of time to make it look believable for this film. And all these guys do it perfectly. You have to see this movie.
Damn.
So that's my first one.
And you know, I've been on a Western kick, man. So I'm actually looking forward to this.
Please, I know.
Oh,
I'm gonna look it up.
Mark acquired this one. Mark stuck himself with the black goo of this movie. Is what happened.
It's in his
I'm gonna
DNA
tell you,
now.
dude.
I just wanted to see a good copy of it without ads, and it's like,
dude.
Yeah,
after watching
Freebie.
for the first
Tubi.
time, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance could be tough. That's like the best Western I think I've ever seen.
dude, you know how you love capable people?
Yes.
This is an entire cast of capable people.
Damn.
It's not just one person that's a specialist. It's the whole team. Lee Marvin's in it too, and he's
Damn, I
fucking
love
great.
Lee Marvin. Lee
You
Marvin
have,
is-
don't read anything about this. Just go in cold and enjoy it because
Did you
the story
also,
unfolds
Tommy? Did
beautifully.
you also hear that Reservoir Dogs line in your head? You're a big Lee Marvin fan, ain't you?
Oh no, I went to Scrooged in Saving Santa in the beginning of Scrooged. Like, thank you for saving Christmas, Lee Marvin.
No, that's Lee Majors. That's the $6 million
fuck me.
man.
Yeah, my bad. Yep. See?
And Lee,
That's
you've
what
been a
happens.
real good boy this year.
Yeah, my bad. No, I need to brush up on Lee Marvin. I guess
Every time I hear Lee
hated
Marvin, I
Westerns
think of
when-
Reservoir Dogs. I think of Mr. Blonde being like, "You're a big Lee Marvin fan, ain't you?"
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys watch this movie, you'll think it's a travesty that you've never watched it.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's
I've never even heard of it.
definitely.
I'm very familiar with the
I didn't hear
Professional.
about it till my friend told me about it. Like, and I was shocked. I was like, how come no one has told us about this movie? It's like everyone's talking about The Searchers and like, you know, this movie should be at the top of all of these lists. It's incredible. And the locations are beautiful too.
And this is
So
the one
I-
from
Cinematography is
1966.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong one. There's one from the 70s too. It looks like.
You're looking at this here, the Professionals.
Yeah, that's the one.
Burt
my
Lancaster,
God.
Lee Marvin, some other guy, Jack Palance, another guy,
You'll want to hang out with these people, though. They're so cool.
Bill Bellamy from MTV. Remember Bill Bellamy?
That's his dad, Ralph.
Co-starring Dr. Dre and Ed
By the
Lover,
way-
the entire cast of Yo MTV Raps.
Another thing that's a travesty is that box art, because it makes this movie look like a small piece of shit. And no, it is not. It's very expansive and gorgeous.
Dude, you can get this for $9 on DVD. The Blu-ray is $13.
Damn, there's still the crappy box art. Yeah. There's something about this movie where you'll want to rewatch it many, many times. I'm looking forward to seeing it again, actually. And
Damn.
I'm probably going to show it to my family just so I can have an excuse for them to watch this amazing movie. I think it's jockeying for top position in my Western list. And
I gotta tell you, man,
like,
I'm excited to see this, but Man Who Shot Liberty Valance is gonna be tough to beat.
seriously,
Tough
Matt,
to
I'm
beat.
telling you, like I thought I had a good Western list until I saw this movie.
Damn. Okay.
You guys are gonna hate my
I'm not
two favorite
joking.
Westerns.
You will have so much fun with this movie, and it's cut together really well. It flows beautifully. It's almost, I think it's a perfect Western in my opinion.
Let's see.
So that's all I'll say about that.
You're making me intrigued. When I was a kid, I hated Westerns because I thought they were like super country. You know what I mean? Like my grandpa was always watching Westerns, and I was like, that's some country ass shit. So I didn't start liking Westerns until I got into like Young Guns and like The Quick and the Dead.
I love Young
Well,
Guns.
this you know how like the 60s, once they started to get into the early color stages where they look too colorful, they look everyone's like outfits are like they're too clean, they don't look real, the lighting is just too much. This is the opposite of that. So if you have like if you're worried about how a 60s Western will look, don't worry. This is one of the best looking Westerns you'll ever see. I mean, look at the ratings.
Yeah, it's got
and Richard
really
Brooks
good.
is a fantastic director
It's
too.
got really good ratings. All right, The Professionals from 1966. Mark, what
Is it
else you got?
streaming anywhere? Does it? Oh, Apple
It looks
TV,
like it looks like you could rent it on Amazon or elsewhere, or if you're like Mark, you
try
can
to. By the way, try to
goo it up.
If you can, try to like get the best quality you can for this movie. It's totally worth it.
Looks like Amazon Video has an HD copy available to rent. So
nice.
Yeah, go for that one.
there you go.
Yeah, I'll have to check
Short
that
of watching
Throw
a
this movie
film,
some money.
short of watching it on a film reel at Lee Marvin's family's house, this might be the best way you
best
can
way to
watch
view
this
it.
movie.
You know, I don't really have any physical media outside of Batman versus Superman and Apocalypse Now. This would be the third 4K Blu-ray I would buy.
Jesus Christ!
Batman versus Superman. That's where you were like, you know what? I'm going to cross this line. I'm going to buy that.
I know you guys. I know Matt. You're skeptical about some of my recs, but I swear to you, this is.
I'm not
you should
skeptical.
watch this movie immediately. It's that fucking good. Especially if you ever feel like you're in a Western mood, just pop this movie on.
First
you will
off,
not be
I
disappointed.
am always in a Western mood. Second, I love
For,
your
like,
Rex,
what, food?
except for the Brothers Grimsby. Western food, you son of a bitch. Yes. Pace Picani, New York City. That's where I'm at. I'm one of those guys in that commercial. Mark, what else you got on your Rex list, buddy?
All right, so the other one I have is like, it's a rec, but with caveats. I watched Crying Freeman because Matt and I were
yes.
talking about Brotherhood of the Wolf, so we were like going through this guy's filmography, and it's super fun. It's almost like an early Luc Besson film. It has the same look. It's over dramatic, lots of slow-mo. There are some parts where it drags a bit, but overall it's like a 90s gem that's worth watching, and the Yakuza are in it, and there's a lot of good gunplay.
And our buddy Mark Dacascos, Ale Cuisine.
Yeah.
Is in
He's
it.
actually he's crazy.
Mr.
He
Iron
has
Chef
hair.
himself.
That's right.
He has a full head of hair in this, which
Wow.
is pretty nuts.
Before he fought
This
John
is
Wick.
obviously this is after La
Yeah.
Femme Nikita, then, right? Because you said 90s.
It's 94, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
okay.
so a little bit after.
But I mean, there's something now that you go back to these movies, and maybe they looked kind of campy and cheesy back in the day, but by today's standards, because you see so many physical effects and and the cinematography, it looks like it's anamorphic, super wide. It's a beautiful film. It's really nice to see 90s film where it's kind of gritty. It's got that blue light. It's I don't know, I enjoyed it. But like I said, it does get over dramatic. Some of the acting is terrible. And it doesn't feel like there's some connections between certain characters, but overall it's a fun movie and it looks good.
Is it a
So that
French
was
production, or is it, because it's got Dacascos, obviously? I don't imagine he's speaking French in this.
No, it's basically like an American film,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
Bummer for our listeners. Crying Freeman is not available to stream anywhere.
Yeah, it's
How'd
you're
you
gonna
watch
have
it?
to, like, you know.
What'd you do? Did you do the Prometheus goo?
Jonas!
Mark stuck
okay, I
himself
hear
with the
you.
goo again.
I have to do things, terrible
The
things to watch
YTS
this.
goo.
That's
is
what I'm
you
saying.
did.
Like, in the
YTS
moment,
goo.
it feels like you
There-
have to do this for the safety of your child. You don't know what's going
there-
to happen.
I'll tell you, it's a shame that there are certain things that are, if you want to watch them in 4K, thanks to all these rights bullshit, you
Yeah.
can't. You have to do horrible things if you want to see a good copy of this thing.
Oh,
you
I
know?
agree with that. I'm still
Yeah.
rocking
Like, I'm
digital
trying to
copies
find
of Are
this-
You Afraid of the Dark?
I'm trying to find, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one movie, Intacto, which is one of my favorite movies. It's only available on VHS and DVD, but it's like a mid-2000s movie. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, dude, there's
It's
weird stuff, even like Barbarian,
strange.
which came out 2
Yep.
years ago.
No
You can't even
physical
get it
media
anywhere.
release.
Yeah. And I don't think you can do a digital purchase either. I think you can rent it, but I don't know if you can purchase it.
That's one of those homebrews I bought. If you want, I can send you a link. I got a guy who makes those.
Yeah. Oh,
I
that'd be
have
great.
a
'cause
Barbarian Blu-ray.
I'm a fan of that movie.
Basically, I black goo in a different way.
Got my own supply.
Mark, what else you
But
got,
I mean, what
buddy?
are you going to do? There's no way. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's see. I'll throw in a TV show, which is really well made. It's called The Sympathizer. Sympathizer?
Oh, The
It's
Sympathizer.
on HBO.
Yes,
It's
I've heard
on
of
Max,
this.
rather. I'm sorry. It's really well made, very intriguing. My brother and I are going through it. We were supposed to go to bed early because we had to wake up early for work, and we just wound up watching 3 episodes back to back. It's really well made. The characters are good.
That's
Like,
why
the
sometimes
acting's
I can't
fantastic.
do TV, man, right before bed, because it's like, fuck.
Yeah, I know. Well, the other fear too is like, oh, it's great for these 3 episodes, but is it going to suck later on and just waste
Yeah.
my time?
Right.
But the transitions, the way it's put together, it's technically a really solid. I don't know. It's one of the first like streaming shows where I was like, wow, this doesn't look like a streaming show. It looks like it was shot on film. There are some CG elements that look, but yeah, whatever. You know, it's just sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You can't have a giant explosion in the background.
Yeah,
sometimes
man.
so.
You can't have a giant mechanical Robert Downey Jr. Sometimes you got to CG him in there.
He plays multiple characters.
Wait
He's
for him
really
to
good
die.
as all those different characters. The main character's awesome. I love that guy.
What?
Sandra
And
Oh,
it's got
great.
Sandra Oh. I love Sandra Oh.
Yeah, Sandra.
She's
Oh,
awesome in it. I like some of her newer stuff a lot more. I'm glad that she's kind of popping up a lot. We just saw her in that comedy, Matt. So
Yes.
if you liked her in that, she's also another fun, really charismatic character in this one too. So I
Oh
think you
wait,
might enjoy it.
speaking of that, let me do this real quick. We had a voicemail, and it's about that. Here it is.
Hello. It's the producer in the booth. I may be in the room when
nice.
you listen to this. I don't know. That's the beauty of future and past. Time travel. Anyways, I wanted to come on and thank Mark for the great recommendation of Quiz Lady. I loved it. It was fantastic.
Yes.
And so I'm here to also wreck it to the rest of you. Okay, bye.
There we go. Thank
Wow,
you
that's
to our
awesome.
own producer in the booth, Mark. You say we
That's
don't watch
cool.
your recommendations. We watched that
All
one.
right, so now you guys have to watch Brothers Grimsby.
No.
I swear that movie's funny. I swear to God. Wait, hey, where you vanished?
yeah, he's gone. He scared him away. That's the Sacha Baron Cohen one, right? Brothers Grimsby.
Dude, I swear to God, that movie is hilarious.
Is it
Tommy,
silly?
please
Is
watch it.
Silly like Borat? Like, is it satirical?
I don't want to.
Like,
I don't want to talk about it because there are scenes in there that I don't want to ruin because it's so goddamn funny to me. I swear it's funny.
I'm more likely to watch that than
Dasein,
like a new
please watch
TV
this
show.
goddamn.
Someone please watch this movie.
Oh, the
Suck
podcast
your
cat is
dick,
here.
man. Watch this movie.
The podcast cat might watch this movie. Mark, what?
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
what
get a
else you
call
got?
from the cat.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing, Matt inspired me. He's the one who kicked this off, so I'm guessing we'll both talk about these. I watched all the Punisher movies uncut, and should I rank? How do you want to talk about this, Matt? Because you watched all three.
Can
of
we
these
go
too.
in chronological order?
Okay.
So
do you want to? Should we rank them first and then talk, or how do you want to do this?
Let's do it like this.
I bet.
Let's do it like
Rank
this.
'em.
Let's just say we watched, just for people at home. Mark and I don't know how the fuck this started.
You started it. I think because you were talking about the original
I was
one.
like, God damn,
Yeah.
I really want to rewatch the Dolph Lundgren Punisher because I've been on a real Dolph kick lately. I've been watching like I Come in Peace, and we watched Big Showdown in Little Tokyo. Like we've been having fun watching
Those
old
are both
Dolph movies.
awesome,
He's
by the way.
awesome, and that's the thing. He's so good as a leading man. And I was like, I really want to rewatch the Punisher. So I texted Mark about it. Little did I know, this would open up a can last week where basically Mark and I were just watching the Punisher movies. Like we watched the Dolph Lundgren Punisher from 89. We watched the Thomas Jane one from 2003 or 4. And then we watched Punisher Warzone. And each day we would check in and be like, hey man, which Punisher are you watching?
Dude, can I just say something though? The funniest part is like, so for the Punisher 1989 version and also the Warzone, Matt and I have this massive back and forth of text messages. The last message I get is Matt's going to watch the 2004 one, and then nothing. There was like maybe 3 text messages between. But that being said, they're all fun movies. It's probably that's the most fun I've ever had watching Marvel movies of recent. Just like going through all 3 of these and the uncut versions too. So they're super violent. All the gore is
Especially
put back
Warzone.
in.
Warzone's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh my
Warzone
God.
is
I just watched that a couple months
insane.
ago. It's insane.
Warzone is like
Nothing
on another
beats
level.
that guy getting grenade launchered to death just for flipping over a building.
I mean,
and he
if you're
just
going-
fucking explodes.
If you're going for like comic book accuracy, Warzone's the best one because he just doesn't give a fuck. Frank Castle's on the rampage. He's not a good guy. Like he's just a fucking.
He's treated like
The
a killer and a
opening
threat the whole
sequence.
time. Yeah.
Yes.
Holy shit!
I
That
like
was
the
one of the
Thomas
best
Jane one,
openings
too,
for a
though.
movie. No, that one's great.
Yeah, the
too,
Thomas
but I
Jane one
think-
is good too, but I think the reason I didn't the weekend got away from me, but like the reason I didn't text about it was I was like, it was my least favorite of the 3 in the rewatch because maybe that's how we should do it, Mark. I'll tell you I'll tell you the order of that I like them, and then we can get your order. I go like this. I think the Dolph Lundgren Punisher was my favorite of the lot, just because I loved Dolph's treatment of the character. It was fucking badass. You've got 80s practical action, like New World Pictures, Roger Corman style. So like things are blowing up, guys are getting shotgun blasted in the balls. Like it's crazy. And it's a movie, it's an R-rated movie marketed to children. And Dolph is fucking excellent in it. Then I would go Warzone. It's so over the top and bananas, and the action sequences in it are so good. My only issue with Warzone, and I think Ray Stevenson, rest in peace. Ray Stevenson is a fantastic Punisher. The only thing I don't like about it is that it spends a lot of the time with Ray. Ray is so overpowered in the movie that they have to give a reason for the Punisher not to be out constantly killing, and it's that he wants to hang up his boots. He's had enough, so he's going to leave and start a new life. And they kind of give you the reluctant hero thing with him a little bit, and I hate the reluctant hero trope. I hate it so much because I'm like, this person is just sitting on the bench so that we can go through a bunch of crap and the villains can move into place and then he can come in, because that's how fucking seriously overpowered he is. But
dude,
when
he
he's
cuts
in
off
action-
someone's head in a single swing.
Dude, he punches through a guy's skull with his bare fist. Just a punch. And the other awesome one is when he he impales a man with the chair leg. And of course, there's the classic where he grenade launchers the fucking parkour gang and that one guy just explodes. It's the funniest
Yeah, and
shit
then
ever.
he impales the other guy and then jumps on his neck.
Yes. And look, Thomas Jane is no slouch. The movie was my least favorite of the 3, but I thought he was great. And he's got, to me, my favorite fight scene of the 3, which is him versus that really
Russian?
big dude. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that
Is that
fight
Kevin
scene
Nash, I
goes and goes. It's great.
Isn't that Kevin
Dude,
Nash?
isn't it crazy
I
young
think it is
Ben
Kevin
Foster
Nash,
in there,
right?
too?
Yeah, Ben Foster
as,
with the nose rings. He's all fucked up looking.
And one of my favorite parts in all three movies. I love when the honky tonk guy, the assassin, walks into the cafe. That Harry Heck guy.
Yeah, Johnny
Cash.
Yes.
Yes, he is. He's like fucking Johnny Cash lookalike.
It is Kevin Nash. You were absolutely
that
right.
little song he plays. Yeah, and Kevin Nash, the Russian. That was. See, I like Travolta in that one a lot too. Like,
yes, thank you, Tommy.
He's such a good fucking bad guy. I also watched Face Off recently, so I'm all in on Travolta being a bad guy. Broken Arrow.
I'm about to get Swordfish, man.
Yes.
Swordfish.
500K per boob. That's what that movie used to be known as to me when it came out, at least. Now I'm like, free Wolverine.
So yeah, that's this is partially my rec too, but I'm recommending all of them. The Punisher 1989, The Punisher 2004 looks like, and Punisher Warzone. Mark, how would you rank them?
It's, to me, I agree with you, but for some reason that I feel as though I'd watch Warzone a lot more just because of how ridiculous it is. Also, by the way, what did you think about the flashback to his Newport Beach family? Are you kind of glad his family got murdered because he's so much cooler?
He's way better now.
They look like the Duck Dynasty family before they got famous in the beards. It looks so stupid.
I did feel a little bad because I love Roy Scheider, and I was like, oh, Chief Brody, no. But then I was just like, I've had enough of these people. They got to go.
That's, by the way, the Thomas Jane one is crazy because all those people get wiped out.
Oh, whole family, like all the generations of their family.
The bad guys in that. I mean, they all have their. I would say they're not like one is like towering over the other. They all have their like pros and cons, and they're all so vastly different, which is really nice.
Yeah.
You're not really getting the same movie, so they're really fun to just rewatch, and I'm glad you recommended it, Matt. So I think I go Warzone 1, then I'll go 89 2, but those are kind of like they're almost parallel.
Yeah, they almost jockey for the top spot. Yeah.
The Thomas Jane one, definitely there you can see it's going to be slightly lower, but it's still, I saw the uncut version, so it's super violent. It's really fun. Thomas Jane is awesome. I like that he really wanted to go for it and he got it. So to see it go from that short film to him actually being that character and getting a theatrical release at the time was like fantastic. So revisiting that, and like Tommy said, John Travolta is just such a good bad guy in this.
Yeah,
so,
and this is
Travolta's pretty fun.
Marvel. This is before Iron Man, before MCU, so it's respectable. I love the pre-MCU stuff. I like the Fox X-Men stuff, and I love Blade. So like, I probably watched the Travolta Punisher earliest out of them all in terms of in proximity to where it came out. I think I watched that one in the theater, where the Lundgren one I watched probably VHS rental as a 9-year-old, and then Warzone I saw a little while after it came out. But yeah, pre-MCU Marvel, they took some cool chances, and there were some good movies. I love all the Blades, so I was into Marvel movies at least before Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. got a hold of it.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah,
right there with you with the Blade movies. Love those.
Doesn't it?
Oh, yeah,
don't
awesome.
You kind of miss those early ones, because now it seems like these new ones are all kind of like
that's
targeted
why
for
I
like
love
families and kids, but these were for the kids that grew up on comic books.
These
and
were
now
for the
are
men
adults.
kids.
Yeah,
these were for the 80s.
I love that. Yeah, exactly.
And that's honestly what I loved so much about Deadpool. I know we were talking about that earlier, but seeing Blade again on screen, one of the highlights of my year in the movie theater.
Yeah, fucking
Wesley
awesome.
Snipes doing that shit again. I'm still fucking
saying the line
about
again.
it. Yeah, some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate up here.
Yeah.
Love that shit.
Mark, any other recs for you, buddy?
That's it for me.
All right.
I want to thank you, Matt, for getting us on that Punisher
Dude,
kick,
thanks
'cause
for
that was,
riding
like,
the Punisher
most
train
fun
with
I've
me.
had.
It was so fun. I did not
that's a fun
expect that
wave.
at all, and it wound up being like a fun week of just like, okay, which one? Like, because we didn't even watch the same ones on the same days. We were kind of switching out, but we had seen them all, so it was like, who cares? He's not going to spoil. The other guy's not going to spoil something for you. You could be like, oh, this is great, whatever. So it was just fun.
You know, I also came away liking them a lot more than I originally did.
Same. I just had fun because I was like, for some reason, it's become Punisher week. Like, like great.
Thank you for Punisher week, dude.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was like
man.
one of
That
the
was really
that was
fun.
one of the most fun weeks I ever had. No joke.
Yeah, so for my Rex really quick. Yep, I'm going Punisher 89, The Punisher, and Punisher Warzone. I only have two other things I want to throw out real quick, and one is it's a classic end of summer movie for me that we watch every year. We had to watch Wet Hot American Summer. It's the way that we sort of say goodbye to summer in my house. It feels like the true like end of summer, dog days of summer. One of my all-time favorite comedies, a movie that I can watch anytime and probably watch 5 nights a week and not ever get bored. Yeah, so Wet Hot American Summer, and the other one is Mark's Rec.
Silly.
Oh my god, we love Wet Hot American Summer. And it was
It's
like
hilarious.
We were in the middle of watching
Paul
something
Rudd's
else,
so funny in it.
and we were like, I turned to the producer in the booth, and I was like, "Do you want to just watch Wet Hot American Summer?" And she's like, "Yes, let's turn this crap off." we stopped the movie and jumped over to Wet Hot American Summer and watched it. We've seen it like 20 times together, and we still like sit there and watch. It's so fucking good, dude.
Oh yeah, that's a comfort movie. That's awesome.
It's a big time comfort movie. And lastly, one of Mark's Recs, we watched Quiz Lady on Hulu with Sandra Oh, funny enough, and it was fucking great. Absolutely loved it. I couldn't believe how good it was, dude. That it was just
Doesn't it look like one of those movies that would suck?
Yes.
Just from the branding and screenshots they use, it kind of looks like it's cheesy.
I fully expected to dislike Quiz Lady. I was like, this looks like a zany girl comedy. Like, it's fine. It's just not made for me, and that's fine. Dude, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's really fucking funny. It's sweet. And I gotta say, I don't like Awkwafina at all. She was fantastic in this movie. She was really fucking good.
This is her best.
Yeah, and Sandra Oh always fucking crushes. She's always good. So, a really funny dude. I did not expect it to be that funny. It's funny as fuck. I know it's hard to talk about. For me, like as a podcaster, it's hard to talk about comedies because really there are two things you can say: it's funny or it's not funny. It's hard to dive into.
It's so subjective too.
So totally, they're so subjective. And I think the best I can say to people is, I think if you think that this is not the kind of movie for you, I think you should give it a chance, because I also felt the same way. That's the best way I can spin this recommendation for you. If it looks like it's not made for you, I think you will probably get the kick out of it the most because you're not expecting anything from it. And what it brings is a story that's really kind of ingenious and great characters. And that's really all you can hope for with a comedy. So I loved it, man. I can't believe it, but Quiz Lady was fucking great, dude. Thanks for the recommendation.
Oh yeah, no problem. But doesn't it seem like it's harder also to recommend like newer? It feels like newer comedy plays it really safe. But this kind of felt more like a throwback to Saving Silverman, which you recommended me, which I thought was funny.
Yeah,
it's got those weird kind of surrealistic moments to it.
It's got those absurdism moments, but it plays them really well. It's fucking good, man.
I'll have to check it out. I know my wife loves Sandra Oh. I also am with you, Matt. I'm not a big Awkwafina fan. So I probably, if I were like scrolling and saw this, I wouldn't watch it. But if you guys and the producer in the booth all speak so highly of it, I'll definitely add this to the list.
Yeah, man. It's just a good, you know what it is? It's like, it's just a good, dependable comedy. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, after you have dinner with your lady, you're hanging out, and you're like, you want to just watch something fucking stupid and laugh? Boom. This is perfect.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I loved it. That's it for me. We're going to turn it over to Tommy Nuggets. Tommy, what do you got on the Rex?
Okay, so actually, Matt, I texted you about this, so you won't be that surprised. But I think for the first time in the history of me guesting on this show, I'm going to recommend a TV show. Because I'm not a big TV guy. I'm a big movie guy. And lately, though, on my lunch breaks during the day, I've been squeezing in some TV. And of course, when I started watching this, I thought it was a limited series. And now I have to wait for season 2. But Shogun on, well, I guess it's an FX show, but on Hulu, Shogun is fucking awesome. It's probably, and again, for context, I don't watch a lot of TV, but it's the most beautiful show I've seen maybe since like Game of Thrones, or even like, season 1 of True Detective. The cinematography is amazing. You can tell they use a ton of like natural lighting and firelight and candlelight and stuff. And so it's just really, really beautifully shot. Of course, the cast is amazing when you pull it up on IMDb. You see, I hope I don't slaughter this guy's name, Hiroyuki Sanada, who has
Great
been
actor.
oh, he's amazing, super underrated. Obviously, probably most recently remembered from he's the head of the Kyoto House, I think, in John Wick 4. He's John Wick's
He's also
buddy.
Scorpion. He's Scorpion in Mortal Kombat.
Oh yes, the new Mortal Kombat. Hiroyuki Sanada is the the titular character, the one that the show is kind of everybody kind of falls under his reign, and everybody's doing his bidding, either with him or against him. But the two cast leads, Cosmo Jarvis and Anna Sawai, both have just like amazing chemistry together. I love all the historical stuff that we see in terms of just like, so basically, not to give any spoilers away, it's the first Europeans that went to Japan were the Portuguese. And after the Portuguese, the English finally kind of found it and were trying to also, establish a trade route with Japan and not let Portugal dominate this unknown trade route. And so the whole show is actually spoken in either Portuguese or Japanese, but because it's an FX show on Hulu, the Portuguese is displayed to us in English. So the subtitles you're reading are just for the Japanese dialogue. But I don't know. I just think there's so much heart in the script, like between the two main characters, and obviously there's a bunch of different cultural clashes, and it's not really the guy that comes in that's the Englishman that I don't want to give any major details away, but he falls in with this
Budget
clan.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Tom Hardy. I think Cosmo Jarvis, he's pretty good, but it does give a little bit of a white savior vibe at times, which isn't, doesn't age the greatest. But I also think though that the real guy pulling the strings in the show is Hiroyuki Sanada. So it all kind of comes back to him. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, so I love stuff with like political intrigue and people kind of like backstabbing each other and doing, making chess moves to secure their future and their well-being when all this conflict is over. And it's got a lot of that, and there's just a lot of cool historical stuff too. Like, this English guy is in Japan and they experience an earthquake, a major earthquake, and he has no fucking clue what just happened. He's never experienced an earthquake before. And like, obviously the folks here, it's like they've been dealing with it for millennia. It's part of their way of life. And so I don't know. I really love Shogun. I was super bummed when I realized I maybe started earlier than I like to. I like to have a show be out for a couple seasons, so like I'm not stuck on that cliffhanger. And I thought it was a limited series, and then halfway through, I'm like, dude, I think this is going to keep going. And sure enough,
yeah, they actually just announced
seasons.
that, didn't they? They were going to create more seasons for
There's
it.
like 3 more seasons, I think, right?
Dude.
Also,
I think it was 3
Ichi the
total.
Killer's in it too, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
And obviously the most of the cast, so there's definitely people you recognize. Sonata's probably the biggest face there. But man, I'm gonna slaughter these names. Is it Tadanobu Asano?
Yeah,
That dude is
he's
in
awesome.
What the fuck? No. Oh yeah, that guy's in the Thor movies. He's Hogan in the Thor movies. So
all right, here I'm gonna look him up here. Let's
definitely
see.
recognized him.
He's been in a ton of stuff. He's
yes,
he's one of my favorite actors, Japanese actors. He's awesome.
He's legit. And again, like, so you're reading subtitles.
Don't bury the
Battleship.
lead. He's also in Battleship.
Yeah, no, I did see that, and I was like, they're just gonna hop right past that. It's a great
Dude,
movie,
he's also
but-
Lord Raiden in Mortal Kombat. I didn't even know that. Look at all these
Oh,
Mortal
yeah.
Kombat people showing up.
So yeah, him and Sonata got some film history. That's cool. I also really like the female lead in Shogun, Anna Sawai. She just like I think that the show is a if I'm not mistaken, it's a Japanese American production. But it just feels like it's very at least in the costumes and the cultural stuff we're seeing happen and all the like different ceremonial things. I think it feels very historically accurate to the Japanese. And then the rest of the stuff, even though it's all just being portrayed in English, even though they're speaking Portuguese, I feel like that's secondary. Like, I don't think this show was just made for an American audience. And so I can appreciate um, I don't know, I'm not a big subtitle guy usually, but I think the dialogue in this show is great. And I think everybody too, without saying too much, definitely does a lot to show emotion and to show what's happening, what's going on around them, just in their facial expressions and their body movements, their tone. So I don't know. I love Shogun. I can't wait for the second season. And if it's another year before it drops, I'll probably watch season 1 again before I get to it to brush up.
Nice. So there you go, Shogun on FX. What else you got, Tommy?
So it wouldn't be me if I didn't talk about a little horror.
Yes, this is what I was waiting for. This is what I was waiting on.
And of course,
I was like, enough of Shogun.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed hearing about Shogun,
yeah.
but now I've had my vegetables and now I'm ready for my dessert.
You want the dessert? Well, should I give you an entree before the dessert? Should we
give me a little,
save the
give me a little
horror for last?
entree. Warm me up a
Okay.
little entree.
Okay, we'll do entree. And please stop me if I have wrecked this on your show before. I very well may have, but Brawl in Cell Block 99, Brawl in Cell Block 99. Excuse me.
I don't know if you've recommended this, but Mark and I certainly have, because we love this movie. We've talked about it a lot on this show.
It's amazing.
It's like so fucking good.
So the most obvious thing right away is it's Vince Vaughn's best performance in a movie. And obviously Vince Vaughn's done 90% comedic roles most of his career, but his first few roles, like he was in Rudy way back in the day, even before like Swingers and Made, and he was a more serious role in that. And then Swingers and Made are comedic, but it's also he's more like not just comedy. And then that's what Vince Vaughn became known for, Wedding Crashers, fucking Old School, like the fast talking dude in the comedy movies. He couldn't be any more different here in Brawl and Cell Block 99.
Yeah.
He barely speaks.
Collapsing people's faces.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got that Punisher strength. I love the fight scenes in this. They are so good, man. Those physical gore gags when he drags that guy's face on the floor.
Yes,
and that fucking
concrete.
pizza
And then
skin
stomps.
just peels off. Yep.
And even in the beginning, like, this guy's a Hulk when he finds out his wife is cheating on him, and he fucking just beats the shit out of her car, and like
he pulls a Street Fighter 2, just beats the crap out of the car.
The bonus level. Yeah. How much damage can you do?
That's totally what they did. Craig Zoller, the director, totally copied Street Fighter 2. Not copied,
Probably.
he did an homage.
Yeah.
But I love that it's
throwback.
in there. But I'm like, come on, man. You like Street Fighter 2. That's what's going on.
And I just think so Vince Vaughn's great in it. Don Johnson's awesome in it, and scary as the fucking warden at that max security prison he gets sent to. It's got a really good soundtrack. There's actually Butch Tavares is the name of the singer, and there's a song called The Letter That Won't Ever Be Sent. And it's since I saw this movie for the first time a couple of years ago, because this was actually one of the first 4Ks I got. The 4K for this went on sale for like $7 shortly after it came out.
Nice. And wow.
Before I even had a 4K TV, I scooped this, and recently just watched it again, in 4K, and it's beautiful. Obviously, Craig Zoller makes very good looking movies. Bone Tomahawk is also extremely beautiful and disturbing.
Dragged Across Concrete's good too. Yeah, they're all good. He hasn't made a bad movie.
I think he writes the music for all his movies too.
Yeah, he might. Because what's funny is this artist, Butch
Tavares, clogged one of the
Tavares.
toilets at Alamo. Sorry,
that's right. He did clog one of the toilets. That's so. So we've talked about Brawl and Cell Block 99, but one thing we've talked about is that Mark and I actually saw this movie at its premiere. We went to the premiere. We were at Fantastic Fest in New York at the Alamo, and that's where Craig Zoller was there. Vince Vaughn was not there, but Craig Zoller was there to present the movie to us as part of Fantastic Fest. And Mark and I saw the movie on the big screen for the first time. We were just happened to be in the premiere crowd for Brawl and Cell Block 99. What we did not expect was that Mark was trying to go to the men's room after the movie, and he couldn't get in for a while. And he was waiting, the doors closed, and he's like, what the fuck? And finally the door opens, and out comes fucking Craig Zoller, the writer-director of Brawl and Cell Block 99. And Mark's like, I could tell Mark's like, oh, a celebrity, he knows who he is. Now I have to go to the bathroom, use the bathroom after Craig Zoller. And then Mark goes in, disappears for a second, and then comes out and goes, The toilet's clogged. Craig Zoller clogged the toilet.
He bone tomahawked that toilet. He fucking cut it down the middle.
Maybe if he bisected some of those shits, it could have flushed. No, to be honest, it was probably Alamo because Alamo's auto flushes never worked.
They have terrible plumbing. They had the worst. Yeah, their plumbing was no good over there at the Alamo Draft House.
Terrible plumbing. Everybody knows this.
Poor Craig Zoller. Poor Craig Zoller was just there to present his movie. He wasn't there to be humiliated in front of his fans.
Yeah, he had to take.
He was nice though. He did hold the door for us, which was very nice.
That was very thoughtful of him. But he was letting us walk into a crime scene. Yeah. He didn't.
Was he holding the door open for you, or was he forcing you into his madness?
Yeah, why did you do us like that, Craig Zoller?
he should have walked out and been like, "Do not go in there."
Yes,
giving you a stiff warning.
Tell us to go to the fucking other bathroom, the one in the bar.
You will wish you dragged your face across concrete if you walk into the fucking bathroom right now. But yeah, I don't know. I love the violence and the grittiness of this movie. The title's a little misleading because this brawl that they speak of is like, well, I'm not going to give away anything, but it's a good, an excellent Vince Vaughn performance. It's a good movie that, you know, the plot, there's nothing that intricate about it. There's no, you know, other foot that really drops. That's all that surprising. It's pretty straightforward, but it's just super, super brutal and gritty and like simple. And there's not a lot of dialogue. It's beautifully shot, beautifully scored. And, I don't know, it just hits the spot when you're in the mood for that type of movie.
Yeah, I love this movie. It to me, and this is not a knock, it feels almost like you're watching like a feature-length interpretation of like what it would be like to enter a very realistic prison video game. To be like, all right, you're here, this is your first day, you have this kind of a character, you're lucky because you're very strong, you have to make a name for yourself, okay, the guards are going to fuck with you, then if you get too powerful, they're going to depower you with this belt that's going to kind of shock you and take you down. Like, those things to me, they're very cool. Like, especially when you're in the mood for it, you're like, how the fuck? Once he gets that belt on, you're like, all his badassery goes out of the window. You're like, how's he gonna survive?
Right.
And you're waiting for him to be let loose now because you know he could tear some shit up.
And I just love how adaptive he is. At one point, he takes the soles out of his slippers and slides them into his hips to insulate him from that belt. And it's like
so fucking smart.
He's just dealing with it. Yeah, he's like.
It's also a great cold performance. Like you talked about Vaughn and being a guy who relies on his words. For him to cast such a great figure to be like, I'm badass, I say nothing. I mean, it's a pretty like sparse performance vocally. It's pretty nuts, man, what he's able to pull off. Because you truly do fear him.
Oh, he's super imposing, and he's the good guy, right? He's the protagonist, but you're still like, fuck, what is this guy about to do? I mean, even the first scene with his wife, you definitely, you're fearing for her safety. You're not worried about his feelings. And I think, so two of my favorite Vince Vaughn performances, maybe ever, you know, out of the top three, maybe two of them are this movie, Brawl and Cell Block 99. And I really liked him in that Freaky movie, that slasher.
Oh, he's great. And I love Freaky. Another good performance too, if you're into early Vaughn, I really like Clay Pigeons. It's a fun movie and he plays a really good psychopath in it.
Yeah, that's been on my radar for a while. Because who else is in that? Like Luke Wilson. And,
and actually Joaquin Phoenix, very early Joaquin.
Nice.
It's called Clay Pigeons, and Vince Vaughn is in it, and he plays a really fucked up guy, and it's worth it for his performance alone in that movie.
So when Vince Vaughn, you know, first started coming out, being big in comedies, and I know like in Anchorman he has a smaller role, but that was kind of like the movie where people started to know, okay, who's this guy, Vince Vaughn? And I already disliked him because I'm a huge fan of the movie Rudy with Sean Astin.
Oh yeah.
And Vince Vaughn is like the douchebag tailback that plays at Notre Dame, and Rudy tackles him in practice and he's like, what the fuck, man? You think this is the Super Bowl? And like the coach busts him down to third string and his whole football career is over. And like that's Vince Vaughn's first role that I know of. And it's cool too because Jon Favreau is also in Rudy, and then those two obviously linked up for Swingers, and you know, they're good buddies. But yeah, as long as this guy's career went and as much success as he had with comedy, and he is great in Wedding Crashers, Old School, he's awesome. But Brawl and Cell Block 99 is like a powerhouse performance from him that like I would love to see more Vince Vaughn roles
Yeah.
of that ilk.
It's crazy to look at him right now in this footage and be like, that's Fred Claus.
That's like his worst fucking movie.
I know,
That movie's
man. Like
god-awful.
you look at it and you're like, how is this possible?
And I love that he's like,
but he doesn't carry that stigma of all those other characters. He's
No.
truly terrifying.
But you know what's funny?
He's
You
like
watch-
almost a monster.
You watch
inhabiting
Dragged
this
Across
movie.
Concrete, and then he's playing a more typical Vince Vaughn character in that. So it's kind of interesting. You're like, oh, this is what it's actually like to have Vince Vaughn show up in a Craig Zoller movie as Vince Vaughn.
I feel like now if I were to watch Wedding Crashers and he gets tackled in the football game by Bradley Cooper, I'd be like, yeah, fucking right. Bradley Cooper would bounce
He drags
off
his face across the ground.
Ain't no way.
He'll kill you, Bradley Cooper. He'll kill you.
You don't want to fuck with bald Vince Vaughn. That's where you should draw the line.
All right, so there you go. Brawl and Cell Block in 99. And then Tommy, what else you got? What's the dessert?
So let's throw some dessert on this bitch.
Yeah.
I'm keeping things kind of new today. I'm not doing a lot of retro stuff.
I'm liking it. I'm digging it.
So I've scaled back. I do horror almost every night. Like I end my night on a horror or like a thriller. And with what I call horror-thon. Or
God, I love that horror-thon. It's
what
good
you
shit.
gents will be referring to as the Matt and Mark Horror Show.
That's right.
AKA the artist formerly known as Spoopy. I'm starting to like pull back the throttle a little bit and save some of the fucking gems because I'm gonna have 45 days of nothing but horror multiple times a day. Ooh. So recently, I watched something that was directed by a guy and partially written by another guy that we talked about in the Alien episode, and that is Don't Breathe 2. And I think we might have even mentioned that earlier. We may have said something about Don't Breathe 2, but obviously the first movie, Don't Breathe, is directed by Fede Alvarez. The guy that co-wrote that with him,
Rodo Sayagas.
Rodo Sayagas, thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to do that last name. Rodo wrote and directed this second installment of the, what did you call him? Sony Man?
We call him Sony Man. The joke there, the people who listen to this show forever know it, but just in case you don't, is we were always laughing, you know, because Marvel ends these movies, you know, like they ended Infinity War and it's like Thanos will return. So we thought it was so funny that the Don't Breathe old man like survives his own movie and he becomes this like slasher hero in a way. And we started calling him Sony Man because they're Sony movies, right? We were like, well, Sony is in desperate need. At this time, they didn't have Morbius. They were in desperate need of an icon, of a face. And we were like, dude, it's staring them right in the face. They have Sony Man. And they could end it when he shoves the turkey baster into somebody and then he leaves. They could be like, Sony Man will return.
That's his finishing.
That's his finisher.
Literally.
Yeah, dude.
Next generation. So that's hilarious. I actually, I love Stephen Lang. I'm a huge fan. Obviously, going back to, Avatar, I think was his first role that everybody was like, holy shit. But Stephen Lang's been in stuff. He was in fucking Manhunter.
I just saw him in, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Mann.
And The Outsiders, right?
Is he in The Outsiders? What?
He's been around for a while.
The Ralph Macchio Outsiders or the Western Outsiders?
Wait, which movie? Hold on, I may be fucking it up. I think it was the. Hold on.
Here we go.
I'm probably getting the name wrong.
I'll keep going while you're looking. I also love Stephen Lang in VFW. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
That's a fun movie.
VFW?
It's super fun. And Stephen Lang's the balls in that one. So I know that it may be a little preposterous that they were able to bring him back after the first movie. But what I love about Don't Breathe 2, and I don't know, mild spoiler here, he's like the good guy in this movie. And I like when one of my favorite sequels of all fucking time, and I actually like it better than the original, is Terminator 2, because they turned Arnie into the fucking good guy. And they do the same thing with Stephen Lang here in Don't Breathe 2. And I think it's got some cool twists, which in today's day and age, that's a feat, you know. I mean, we've been getting M. Night Shyamalan movies for 20 years now. Like, it's hard to surprise an audience. And I'm sure that anybody who watched Don't Breathe 2, who enjoyed the first one, I would seriously be surprised if anybody could say something didn't surprise them in this movie, that there wasn't some shoe drop that they were like, oh, fuck, I didn't see that coming.
Dude, the biggest shoe drop in Don't Breathe 2 is that we actually find out this is not his name, the blind man. His name is fucking Norbert Nordstrom or some shit. He's got like a
Yeah.
weird
Like the
fucking
most nerdy name ever.
dork name, like a fucking Marvel name.
Nerdstrom.
Well, we were saying he's like the heir to the Nordstrom family, like the Nordstrom family fortune. Fucking IMDb bills him as the blind man. They have not watched Don't Breathe. They have not watched Don't Breathe 2. His name is fucking Nordstrom. That's his name.
Yeah. Norbert Nerdstrom.
Put some
Everybody
respect on his name.
And I don't know. I don't want to give too much away because this movie is just a few years old. There's probably folks out there that haven't seen this yet. It's not, I mean, even Don't Breathe is, I don't know, what, 10 years old now? Like, I still feel like some people take a little while.
Wait, is it?
Is it really? Wait.
It might be.
Hang on. We're going to
Damn,
check
that's
this out.
crazy if it is. Holy shit.
The first Don't Breathe is from 2016, so it's 8 years.
Oh, okay.
Look at how happy he is here. Hey, what's up?
Hey, he's like, I'm not blind. I got a turkey baster on hand. I'm good to go. And I think Fede also contributed to the story in Don't Breathe too. And I don't know. I just enjoy when a sequel, if you're going to try and give us more of the same of the first movie, then it's going to be, I don't think, very good. It's going to be dumb. But when they try and kind of flip it on its head a little bit, to me, it gives it staying power. It's fun. It's something that I saw once before, shortly after it came out, so 21, 22. And then I've been wanting to scoop it on 4K for a while, and I had a birthday in June. My wife got it for me. And
oh, shit. Happy birthday, Tommy. Happy
Oh,
belated birthday
yeah,
from the
happy
show.
birthday.
Jeez.
No, appreciate it, bro. It was always all drugged up still from back surgery, so I barely remember it. But anyway, I do remember receiving this movie as a gift and watched it like a month ago, and it still hits for me for sure. And again, like the first one, it's super raunchy and gritty.
It's super bleak. This is like one of
Yes.
the most bleakest, darkest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Like, especially when you consider what the bad guys in the movie are trying to do to the little girl, why they even want her.
Right.
It's fucked.
And even the lady they're trying to save, like the purpose she serves, it's all pretty fucking crazy. So it's definitely not something you're gonna watch, before you go over to Christmas dinner at the family house. But it's something that, like, if you're just sitting there like, man, I want to see some fucking shit go down and people who just don't care, it's a good one. And I'm also into like the movies where someone's like raising a little survivalist because how fucked up the world is out there. They got to have. So I like that the daughter's like got some training and she kind of knows what to do in the world because her dad's like teaching her how to be a little Sarah Connor.
Dude, sorry, my cat is freaking out. Hang on, I'll be right back. Dude, no, come on. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, he's going ham. Mark, do you have a cat or a dog?
No, I don't, unfortunately. I would love to have a dog, but
You gotta go.
I'm a dog guy.
Matt's just popping in. I move around too much. It would be unfair if I had a dog, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. I got 2 dogs.
But I love dogs. They're the
My
shit.
cat was
Cats are
tearing
great,
up
too.
the studio, man. All right, sorry.
It was fun to see you like tiny in the background carrying cat.
It
I had
looked
to
like you
get
were
him.
like looking for a seat in the movie theater. Like you were like,
Because the thing is,
"Excuse
like, my side of the office, right? It doesn't matter. I just have a bunch of tchotchkes and movie knickknacks and shit. Who gives a shit? Behind me, what you can't see, is the producer in the booth's office. This is where she works. So she has like sensitive work materials. And for some reason, my cat knows that's exactly the thing to fuck with. So, like, if you're not paying attention to him for like the 2 seconds he wants you to pay attention to him, he goes direct. He's surgical with his fuckery. He goes right to the thing, and he'd be like, "Oh, this is the thing, right?" And knock it over. And I'm like, "Oh
really?
shit! I don't want to get in trouble with my wife. I have to now." Quickly to get rid of this, like I have to diffuse the
that
situation. Yeah, dude, and I have to like do this quickly.
Yeah,
That's what you just witnessed.
nah, dude. Ninja cat skills, I can dig it. I've got the opposite. I've got a senior Chihuahua that moves super slow, but he does. He's got to wear a little doggy bib because he's old. And,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
you gotta watch where he goes because you might find a little landmine around the corner sometimes. But he's definitely not hopping on any shelves and knocking anything valuable over.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like
I said, like I have shit. All my shit's plastic. Like who cares, right?
Right.
My wife has like this $6,000 printer,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he stands on it And he doesn't stand all nice and light. He like fucking jets his shit out all straight to like dig into the printer. Like, fuck your printer.
Oh my god.
He's like spitting hairballs into it.
Yeah, dude.
Taking a shit
doing
inside of it.
butt scoots across the top.
Yeah,
of the printer.
he fucking brawl in Cell Block 99's this printer for no reason.
All my
Drag that
prints are
shit.
brown.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's probably, I mean, you know, I could keep going, but that is my main Rex that I had prepared.
Always
Those are
fun.
some good Rex.
So good. Always fun to hear Tommy's Rex. Always love to, you know me, man. I'm like a broken record. I'm like a kid in the candy store. I'll just keep beating the dead horse over and over again. I love to talk horror with you, Tommy. So it's always fun when you come on with. I always wait. I'm like, here it is. Here it is. What's the horror Rex he's gonna drop?
You know, Rex is like one of my favorite things. I love Rex, and I actually was a little disappointed in myself this time because you guys are coming with some heat of some lesser known stuff or some maybe like forgotten cult stuff with the Punisher. And I'm like, yeah, this show that everybody loved in January, I watched it.
Dude, not at all. Are you
sequel
kidding
that
me?
makes
There have
everybody
been
sad, I
there have been
watched that
weeks
too.
where it's just like, I'm watching only Murders in the Building. You're like, get the fuck out of here. You know? Like, don't feel bad. You had like real movies. You had things. And also, you know what? I find it that people watch stuff when they're gonna watch it. Like that's kind of the beauty of streaming in this kind of culture now. Is like we don't all have to be experiencing water cooler culture at the same time. We can like catch up when we want. So in a way, I find it refreshing if somebody's only now. Like I've been talking to people who, the fucking guy I was telling you about before, who I've kind of made friends with. The one pop culture thing he did mention was that he just started watching Lost. And that's super refreshing to me because he's a person who's watching it 20 years later. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And he's just discovering it. I was like, have you been living in a compound? How have you not totally been spoiled on this, that you could just walk through this totally normal? So that is interesting to me. So
that was another one that I probably watched Lost 10 years ago for the first time. So I was still late to the party.
See, that makes sense though.
That was
Doing it in
intentional.
2024 seems weird. Like,
yeah,
how did you get this far? That would
Like
be
you
the
should have been
equivalent.
watching that during COVID.
Yeah, dude. That's the equivalent
Yeah,
of me
right?
being like,
That's a
guys,
perfect time.
I'm watching a new show. It's called NYPD Blue. And I'm just
Hill Street
watching that. Yeah, exactly.
To be honest, though, that's me with all these movies that Matt talks about. He's like, "This is a classic," and I'm just like, I was sheltered."
No, you know what's funny is Mark actually recommends real classics like from the 30s and 40s.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
I'm
You
like,
had the
hey, have you
60s
not
heat
seen any
tonight.
Garbage Pail Kids, the movie from 1987? And then he goes and watches that.
What are your feelings on Howard the Duck? Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
I still need to watch that, actually.
Dude, you gotta
That's
watch
on,
Howard
I gotta
the
put
Duck.
that on my list.
You
Hold on,
do,
I'll put that on my list right now.
Gotta watch
I'm
Howard
actually,
the Duck.
I hope you're with me on this, Matt. I may be one of the few people. I have that shit on 4K. Howard
I have the 4K, yes.
Yes, my man.
Dude,
Thank
when
you.
I bought, okay, so quick story for people. When I bought the Howard the Duck 4K, this is when Best Buy still sold 4K. So I went into a brick and mortar store and I
Fuck
bought
Best
it.
Buy. Well,
Yep.
okay, no, it's not my show.
No, but no. I'm right. No, please, fuck Best Buy. Fuck Best Buy all goddamn day. Okay.
I worked there for like 12 years and bought so many movies.
Oh, I was saying fuck
from
Best
them.
Buy because they killed their exclusives and they
No.
stopped
That's why
selling
I'm saying
4Ks.
too.
But
I
fuck
like
them, yes.
I single-handedly funded that department in a town in Michigan for many years, and then continued to buy the exclusives, and then for them to just wrap up and close up shop.
Like it's fucking.
Fuck 'em.
Anyway, when they
Sorry.
still could be bothered to do this, I bought two 4Ks. I bought Howard the Duck, and I bought the Alfred Hitchcock collection, which was like Psycho, Rope,
Rear Window.
The Birds, Rear Window. I bring it up,
Hell yeah.
and the guy's checking me out, like checking this shit out, and he's like, "Whoa, Alfred Hitchcock, Rope, oh, so cool." And then he scans it, and then he brings up Howard the Duck, and he's like, "Did you grab this by mistake?" And I was like, "No, I love Howard the Duck." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, like ironically, right?" And I was
all
like,
right, fuck you then.
I was
Never
like,
mind.
"You don't know me, dude." I was like,
Yeah.
I put equal precedence on both of these titles.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
like, in
You know,
fact,
it sounds.
one of these is one I'm going to watch tonight. I'll let you guess which one it is.
Yeah.
You know what he sounds like?
Hitchcocks.
He sounds like Dennis Hopper in Blue Velvet when he's like, What's your favorite beer?
Yeah, Heineken.
Heineken.
Fuck that shit.
He says that about your Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Yeah.
shit. He like throws it.
Howard the Duck all the way, man. It's awesome.
Dude,
They got some
I'll-
duck boobies in there. We got monsters. We got
Wait,
fucking
what?
lasers. Oh, spoiler!
Yes.
You'll see
No,
some
there's
duck
boobs.
movies.
Yeah, you will. And
You'll
there's
see
a
some
ton of-
was PG.
interspecies love.
There's a ton of
Interspecies
Marvel
love.
stuff in there too. There's a ton
Yeah.
of Easter eggs in that movie.
It looks fucking awesome. 35 practical effects, miniatures, stop motion. It looks so good, dude.
Super fun.
Oh shit! Wow, it's on Amazon Prime.
It's one of
And
my
it got
favorite
a
movies.
4.7 rating.
It's one of my favorite movies. I've loved this since I was a kid, but I'm right there with you, dude. I own the 4K of Howard the Duck, and I proudly display it on my shelf.
Oh yeah, I'll buy in the same transaction Heat and the Godfather box set and Surf Ninjas on 4K. If they got
Yes!
it. You know, like no shame in
Surf
that game at
Ninjas.
all.
Fuck,
I love
fucking
Surf
love Surf Ninjas. Kwansu, dudes.
Kwansu, dudes.
All right, so I think that
Kwansu,
about
bro.
wraps up this epic episode of Alien Romulus. We want to thank our guest and our buddy, Mr. Tommy Nuggets, for fucking coming on, giving us amazing recs, amazing commentary. Thank you as always, dudes. Always a blast to have you on the show and talk shop.
Oh, I love coming on. And,
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
honestly, you know, sometimes I look at my calendar and whether I'm invited or not, I earmark movies in my mind that I'd like to talk to you guys about. So thank you for hitting me up for one that clearly was one of those fitting movies that I knew all three of us were gonna.
Oh,
were gonna
hell yeah,
dig
man.
on
We were
some
excited.
level.
I was super excited when it was like, oh shit, Tommy's available. He's going to do the show.
Yeah, I was
me
very
too.
happy to hear that you'd be on the show.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
dude,
It's
yeah, it
nice
was,
to reconnect.
it was good
It's
to
like
see
the
you. I
Three
know.
Musketeers are back.
I know, man. I felt like I had to prepare and get a questionnaire ready, ask how Ireland was, but I was like, no, I'm just glad to see Mark again, man. I haven't seen him forever. It's been a while.
I'm alive.
Yes.
Thank you
He
guys for having
survived.
me.
Anytime. Tommy Nuggets is our buddy. Definitely go follow, and I always do this. Definitely go catch Tommy's backlog of episodes, especially if you want some good companion pieces to horror movies that you're watching. And check out his horror-thon posts, man. They're always a blast. And you're going to see
Oh,
Tommy
they're
probably
great
again.
selections.
At least I hope he will. You'll see Tommy on the show again very soon when the Matt and Mark Horror Show picks back up. I'm sure we'll have him on as many times as he wants to be on, frankly. He joined us
Well,
for all
it's
of
not
Spoopy season
horror
last
season
time. Without
unless
Tommy,
Tommy's
yeah.
on.
It
Bro,
really
there.
isn't.
You tell me when and where and what, and I will watch it and be there with some
Yes.
scary fucking bells on. I promise.
Fuck yes. Some scary bells on and some fucking Tum smoothie flavor. That's it for us, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of the Matt and Mark Movie Show. We'll be back next week. Watch our Instagram space to figure out what we're reviewing. Thank you. That's it for us. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.